What's up? Boop. There we go. Alright. What's going on here then? Who's in that fucking party then? Oh, that could be funny. I'm joining that. That could be funny. Go on then. I'll lay it on me. Right. So.
It's got a hitbox.
Yeah.
Counters.
Yeah, I mean that's something you could try. But either way, it's gonna.
What we got on the map?
Around using the ring, if DPS are using encounters, that ring's not gonna do anything anyway.
All right, I'm gonna do a couple dungeons towards the renown because I want to work towards Fracture Peak completion.
But yeah, that first boss is annoying. Like the way it just fucking runs off.
Do it again.
Oh no, it's
Right.
just I'm checking what comes out in the Summerfest and I'm going on Diablo.
Oh,
I want to see how much this new mount's going to be.
Retarded. 3 million. That's gonna be true. That's what the line was, 3 million.
Yeah, but the line was mythic.
Yeah,
This mount's only legendary.
excuse me.
It's up to
Whoa, not a lot. What's going on? Oh.
If you want to get high level gear on that game, by the way, Tev, fight the Echo of Yashin or whatever he's called. You know what I'm on about?
Yeah.
He drops 800 item level gear every time.
Wait, what? Just guaranteed? That's
yeah,
nuts.
guaranteed every time.
Yeah,
And
but
he
you.
needs to kill as well.
Yeah, but don't you have to get him to spawn though in one of the tunnels?
No, you can make the fucking thing to spawn him.
Yeah, the standard Echo of Varshan. Yeah. What? Just the
I think it's
the foul one.
yeah,
Is
that's
it-
the one, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm pretty sure you can't just summon that in any malignant tunnel. He has to actually spawn in there, as far as I'm aware. Because where every time I go to the end, you get a wrathful malignant heart spawn, right? And then you might get one of the other ones, like a vicious brutal, but sometimes it'll be Varshan's one. But I don't think, because I have one and I've tried using the foul one. Another problem is that foul one can only be done on World Tier 3. So maybe there's another one after that. Because you ain't gonna get like 800 on World Tier 3.
Yeah, I think there might be
I think you need to do the foul one, and it'll probably give you the recipe for the World Tier 4 guy.
The thing I'm thinking about is it's not hard to kill.
What, did you watch it on a video, I presume? Yeah. No.
Well, that's supposed to be the Uber version, by the way, like the hardest.
Oh, is that
one,
is?
like,
So that is the Uber one then.
Yeah, the dude's level 64 and he's doing it.
Yeah. That's the thing though, like, so to do that though, you don't.
That bug as well.
No, I really don't watch Diablo
You know
videos.
how there's a thing where you get more gold?
Oh yeah, I know about it. Yeah, it increases the roll cost as well.
It's
Yeah.
only on legendary items though it does it.
Yeah, I saw someone post about it on Reddit. Yeah, but it's still not really worth the time though when you've got all legendaries, because you're gonna have to keep respecing into something else every time you want to roll, or else you're gonna spend a lot more money. They're scamming you in every way, man. But yeah, if I want to get that fucking fourth version, I think it actually is quite expensive to craft that guy, by the way, though. I don't think it's cheap, because the foul one, you have to craft an Echo of Varshan, then you have to use that Echo of Varshan as a reagent to craft the foul one. So that means you'd have to craft like 3 different invokers just to get to the strongest guy, to summon him once. So I think it might be quite expensive to make him, but I don't know how much it would. It might be quite cheap, yeah, in the long run. I don't really know. But I'd have to go back to World Tier 3 to fight the foul version, which means I'd have to run like 100 malignant tunnels to get that dude to spawn. Because it doesn't seem like it's guaranteed. Because I didn't get him once to spawn on World Tier 3 after the first like one it gave you for free. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but as far as I'm aware, it's basically just a chance of him spawning at the end, and if you've got the invoker, you can use it. I mean, it's probably still worth it because of the 800 item level gear. If it's guaranteed, it's probably still worth your time, but you'll spend a lot of time doing that. Because you could run 100 malignant tunnels and he won't spawn at the end. And you can't use it on a regular one. So unless there's a way to get him to spawn, maybe there's something you have to do. Which I'm not sure about.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, it might be quite tough. I mean, I might fight him. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm kind of wondering if fucking this is the season if you wanted to clear Uber Lilith with ease, because with this Wrathful Heart double dipping, you'll likely be able to just murder that bitch. So, with how much damage this thing puts out, on top of your regular class. Like, if you want to fucking, if there's anyone who you didn't carry through that Uber Lilith, this would probably be the season to do it if you get to 100.
More time.
Can't carry anyone.
Oh yeah, they removed it, didn't they? It's solo now. You don't get the
Yeah,
type.
DJ, check that shit out.
That's
What's
the.
my guy? What, when I get the title, my guy's broke. It's fucking weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
I'm
too.
not ready yet.
2.2 million for this mount. What?
Well, that's nothing for you, Mr.
I already
Moneybags.
bought it.
So,
I'm not
you was only flexing the other day how much money you had.
Oh. I mean, it's another board. It sold me another plank of wood for 3.2 million. There we go. It's 3 of that now.
Yeah, it was funny when you made that realization that they've sold you a pair of socks and some planks of wood for millions upon millions. Good time.
I need more time.
Is that fucking Varshin guy drop multiple pieces, or is it just one piece of 800? Or is it all 800?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's dirty. I mean, it'd be really good. I just don't think it would actually be efficient to farm, because unless there's a way to spawn him, which I haven't seen, there's not that. I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty simple in the season. There's not that much to it. Like, you go into a malignant tunnel, you go to the end, and whatever's at the end, if you have the invoker to do it, you can summon it. But the problem is that the Wrathful one that you can get, you know, the Wrathful invoker, that spawns every time. That's a 100% chance, but unless you get a Varshin one. But as far as it looks
It's
like,
like a mythic hollow pack back in the Zen market.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Is it not?
I really want to buy that.
I was gonna say, is it not efficient for you to buy some of those and then just sit on them for a while until the mythic collars go back up? Oh, that's so fucking dirty.
Like
What?
per account as well.
What? They bound them?
Wait, is it 1 per account this time? Yeah, once per account.
That's so
I
stingy.
don't know. I might buy that.
Damn, man.
9,200 Z from the collar.
Oh, they brought that shit back. Are you fucking serious, man?
That's-
They got the fucking money.
Yeah, but that's why they do it. They do it at times that so you might think about spending real money on the game. That's literally the point
I
of
ain't
why they
got
do
real
this.
money.
Yeah.
Look at the Zen exchange. It's about to uncap, by the way. Look at it.
I'm about to just turn on, fuck buying it.
You said about to uncap. Wait, they've actually managed to bring it down from the cap. That's
Yeah.
impressive. They've done well. It's took them a long time.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, shit.
damn. Fucking how many years has it been since that thing's fucking been capped? Damn.
Since Barovia came out.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fucking
gonna put it out
that's
there, by the way.
that's
That
actually
just went down 700k. 30 minutes.
that's impressive. There's that means you can do that fucking exploit where you can make infinite astral diamonds again if that uncaps.
I just got $5.
Nice.
It's only 190 left.
Get you. Well, you know if that uncaps, Greg, mate, you want to get yourself a couple 100 million because you can make infinite astral diamonds from that.
I'm
If it
just waiting on to
uncaps.
sell my Zen right now.
The thing is, right, because it's so easy, because that's what all they used to do back in the day, but you couldn't do it if the Zen's capped. If it actually does come uncapped and there's actually a leeway,
But now,
like within maybe
Sell
like
it all,
100
Zen.
points. Yeah.
I'm just gonna sell it all because I don't want to be stuck with this.
not like this.
Damn.
Can't do it alone.
That actually, that's super healthy for the game though. If there's actually quite a few people playing that and it's not going down just because there's not a lot of people playing the game and buying enough Zen, if it's going down genuinely because there's players playing but it's things that they're doing, that's super healthy for the game, that is. Because that's one of the biggest problems with that game is the Zen cap. Like if they can get rid of that bitch, that will genuinely help a lot of the players massively. Yeah. No. Actually, it will. Oh, it will. It'll make it. Oh, yeah. No, it'll make it actually benefits you guys more. You can make infinite astral diamonds from that shit, bro. Because that's what I don't know. Do you know Bruce Lee? You remember that guy? Don't know if he still plays. Well, yeah, he's a trickster now. Yeah, I think he still is. But yeah, he used to do that shit. You couldn't do it obviously when the Zen's capped because all he used to do to make infinite astral diamonds was just buy so much Zen when it's uncapped, right, that it forces the price up and then just immediately resell it because the way that Zen market worked, and then just resell it at a higher value and then just let you leave it, let it stabilize again lower and just do it again. It's infinite astral diamonds. That's the problem, but you couldn't do it obviously when it's capped. So, but if that shit genuinely comes uncapped for real and there's like a good margin in it in the future,
I'm fucking shocked how fast that just went down.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
Is Zen on sale or something? No, it's not.
That's genuinely super healthy. It's really good, like GJ said, for new players as well. If you can get that Zen uncapped, because that's the one thing that new players would struggle with massively.
Wait.
I just hope that it's.
Bug out.
Oh.
Yeah, the Zen market just bugged out with me, by the way. On the Zen exchange.
You mean?
I put all my Zen up for sale, yeah?
Uh-huh. It's there. 8,333.
Yeah, that's how much is left. But I still have 5,000 Zen left and I put all of it up. Like, when I went into the exchange, it said that I had 3 million 50k and 5,000 Zen in the Zen exchange. Even though I shouldn't have had any Zen.
You didn't have any listings up.
No. Fuck. Well, I'll sell this as well. Fuck it. Take it.
They're doing exploits with Zen now.
That's all. Yeah, look, yeah. This, and then you wonder why his account got banned. He's kind of deserved, right? I mean, he literally tried to take down the whole Neverwinter market by accidentally slipping and falling onto 1,000 boxes that he duplicated.
That's so weird how it did that.
Yeah, they did this shit to me before, right? And I sat there. I got the money. I end up having getting fucking $250 goddamn Microsoft cards, putting it on the Xbox and shit. But I didn't jump on it. The day I decided, I said, fuck it. I bought the Zen. I mean, I went to go buy the shit. That's when I wasted all the fucking Zen and shit on my strong code.
I mean, you're
I
gonna.
brought that mythic color pack, but I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with it. I'll have to try and sell one of my mythic colors.
Well, what you could do is take pictures of it and send it to Dolo.
And good fortune.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'll take all my other colors off as well.
Wait,
There's
wait,
other
wait.
7 I've got. Line them all up.
Do y'all need my cash app? Is that what I heard?
Why? You sending me some money through it?
No. It's the other way around, goddammit. Like, dude, we supposed to be friends, man.
Yeah,
Like,
come on,
what is this
Greg.
now, man?
Come on, Greg.
We are
Come
friends.
on,
We'd be
bruh.
better friends if you sent me some money through Cash App.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn,
yeah,
it's
I
flipped it
I
around
don't
on him.
have it either. Like, I just gave up all my goddamn ass stuff. And that bitch is 2.25 million. 2,200,000.
I just can't believe that's uncapped. I think that's the first time I've seen that uncapped in 5 years.
I don't think it's been that long, has it? Has it been 5
It's been
years?
a while.
4 or 5
It's been a long.
years, yeah.
Has it really been that long? Fuck. Hell.
Your
Shit,
wins
man.
take 2 to 3 months, and sometimes even longer than that.
No, yeah, no, I know, because I played when it was capped. That's how I made a bunch of money, because Zen was in rare supply. But yeah, that's what I mean. That being uncapped, if that stays uncapped, if they can keep it that way, that's super good for the game, man. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
They're
good.
not going to keep it that way. They
I
can
know.
intervene to make it cap again.
Yeah, I know, but it's so stupid, man, because it'd be so good. I mean, to be fair, like players like you guys, obviously it's bad if it's uncapped because you guys can just make infinite money. But I feel like that trade-off is worth it for those few players that can do that, because you need at least, well, from what I got told, you need at least 200 to 300 million Astral Diamonds to actually move it on its own. Anyway, but so for the few
Yeah, you
players
need
that
a
can,
lot.
for the few players that can do that, I know the minimum buy-in was at least 200 million to do it. The minimum buy-in. But the thing is, I'd rather have those guys doing that to have all the newer players be able to buy Zen when they need it and not have to wait, so they can actually progress through the game and not have and then not get bored because they can't progress. Yeah, it would. And it's better.
Where shit drops, like specifically, like remember back in the day where certain areas drop specific character shit, like your boots will drop from here, your chest piece will drop from here, type shit. They need to do that shit again.
Yeah. No,
Like,
just give me max
You
health,
used to be
man.
able to make money. You knew where to go. You just had
Yeah.
to watch for boot and loot, and Jesus had soul for us because they had boot your ass too.
Oh, boot and loot. Oh, yeah, I fucking remember that shit back in the
Not
day,
while
man.
I'm in town.
That was so fucking, that was so dead. That was people booting and looting.
It's funny because like
It's
I was
bad
telling
because I
Greg,
still remember one guy's name that used to do it to me all the fucking time. Viral.
Yeah, viral. Yeah, yeah. It is what it is, man. I mean, it's
No,
just
that's when the game was fun, like fun.
it was, yeah. But that I feel like that game didn't need looting and booting to be fun. I mean, that game was fun because it had an insane combat
Oh, no,
system,
no.
and yeah,
No, I ain't saying that.
No,
It was
yeah.
fun. I'm just saying
It was
that
fun,
never
though,
went
yeah.
on.
yeah. But there was at one point, like in Neverwinter's early stage, in like maybe mod 6, mod 7, there was over 1 million players on Xbox playing that game, just on Xbox at one point, because they did release the numbers really early on. There was that many people actually actively playing the game. So yeah, I mean, you was gonna have fun on that game regardless, just because of that.
These motherfuckers keep working. They doing.
I need more time.
I don't think it's enough yet.
The hard part, the thing is the Zen. The thing is, it's a conflict of interest because the Zen being uncapped is good for players, but it's bad for their company because they'll make
Yeah, I
less
know.
money. So that's the thing. And they're very sleazy. They're very money oriented. So they're not gonna want to, like Greg said, they're not gonna want to leave it uncapped because they make more money if it's capped.
So you think they're gonna put a billion cap up there? Real
Boy.
quick? Another.
Well, you'll see.
Like, another 100 million Astro.
Well, they'll do something.
I cannot.
I mean, that's the one thing Neverwinter is actually good at, is making it to force people to actually put real money on a free game. They've always been good at that. Even if it takes them a couple mods to realise that what they want to do, they'll always kind of force people to put a bunch of money on the game. That's the only reason that game's still going with the minimal amount of players it has on it to play actively, because they make enough money from it. Like, I would actually hate to think how much money they were making from that game when they had like over 1 million players on
The
Xbox
thing
alone.
is, there's potential. If you look at this Zen exchange, look at the current, like the requested quantity in each section. There is potential for that thing to crash, by the way. Like, fast.
Damn.
See what I mean? Look, it's like
Yeah.
28,000 at 747. But then it's like 88,000 at 746, 55. Yeah, that could go down so quick.
Well, if you've got a bunch of people who want to buy that pack, yeah. But the thing is how long's it been since there was something worth buying in the Zen market for real, though? Because if there's
Well,
loads
right
of
now,
people sitting on
that
Zen,
pack will be, that'll be crazy.
That's what I mean.
Things to get all mythic colours.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest shortcut you're gonna get.
Yeah. It's having it. Oh, how much is a mythic poly now? Are they still similar prices to when I was playing, or have they gone up?
15 million.
Oh, so they've gone down quite a lot. Yeah, they were like fucking like 30 million when I was playing, weren't they?
Yeah, I sold every getters and I had like 50k.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna lose value. I can just get it back whenever I need it.
Well, it's not really that. What you want to watch that shit closely, because what you could actually do is make a bunch of money. Because instead of actually doing anything, if it does crap out, you can actually buy yours lower and wait for it to cap it, wait for them to cap it again, and then just resell it at the cap, and you'll just make money, free money. You'll just make free money, and that way you ain't. And the thing is, as well, is you wouldn't even have to wait for the for your shit to sell on the any exchange market, and you won't pay any tax on it. So if you keep your eye on that, you can just make free money, which would be nice.
That's how please because
There is no way Gabriel has that much to them. There is fucking no way. I just told him to sell his engine. He goes, when I went to bed, I still had over $1 million. There is no way he means that.
crazy.
That's 750 million AD. Yeah, I'm wondering what he...
Yeah. That would be...
I got rid of all mine and I didn't lose any money, so I'm happy with that.
I was gonna say, he's out here charging you for fucking masterwork weapons, and he's got like triple your net value. Like, hold on a minute, what sort of scam shit is this?
Not ready yet.
No, the only person I've seen with that much Zen, until that bonding thing came out, that was Doomsayer. Had that much Zen. He had like, I watched him, yeah.
Freak, I know how much he had.
Yeah, but the problem is it was all exploited. It was all, you could see it from his bank, where he had the 99 stacks of enchantments. He did that PvP exploit where you could duplicate your character. That's why he had so much money, because you couldn't stack enchantments then.
I need more.
Like, you should have seen what this guy did just one day, right? So he was pissed off with people posting and undercutting him, right? This was back when rank 12s were the highest enchantments. He went into the trade house and filled the entire trade house so you couldn't even see the enchantments to buy. Like, you had to go out of your way and click the buyout thing and shit, because he literally filled the entire category.
Yeah.
Like, you have got some fucking serious stuff that you can fill 400
Yeah.
yourself rank, the highest rank in
Yeah. I mean, he tried to sell all that shit, but what was it? I think he wanted like 28 grand or something like that for his bank on Neverwinter. There's no way anyone bought that. I don't even think Snacks would have bought that, to be honest. Not for that much.
He did have a lot.
He had a lot, yeah, but it's like, it's not the fucking 28 grand on a fucking...
I still remember that day I was playing Snacks out of
Yeah.
Guild Bank and he had like fucking 40
Yeah.
glorious resurgence legendary packs when I
Yeah.
wasn't winning the leagues, and I was like,
Yeah.
so why do you have all them? He's like, oh, I want all the mounts. I was like, you do know you can only ride one at a time, right?
Yeah. You can ride one at a time, but, you know, gotta have all them packs.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he had
ready yet.
silly amounts of stuff. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why have you got all this?
Yeah, but he was paid
It's
to...
like me, like-
he was fully paid to win. Like, he literally was putting
I
real
pretty
money
much
on.
have about... I have 2 sets of insignias, and then all my enchantments and everything is like unbound. You know, so I can switch them between my characters.
Mm.
And like, if I ever need to sell them, like, I'm not binding any of that shit. Hell no.
Just went down to 745.
Yeah, I think there's potential to make a fucking killing off this if you get it right.
Well, even if you don't... Yeah. Yeah, but even the thing is, even if you don't get it right, you'll still make money as long as it recaps, because no matter what you buy it at now, you'll always make money as long as it recaps. Which, if they don't bring anything out after this pack's gone, yeah, I mean, it's going to recap,
Yeah,
isn't
look how
it?
quick that's going to go down to 740.
What pack are you guys talking about?
The different colour pack in the Zen market. not even that expensive either. It's only 9,700 Zen. It's really not that expensive for what it is.
Yeah, but that's why can you get any mythic color as well from it? Do you just get to choose one? Any one color or something?
Yeah, you can choose any
Well,
one.
that's what I mean. So it's like, you said they were what, like 15 mil each, and how much does it cost for 9,000 then? Now it's going to be cost even less.
It's going to be even less, yeah.
Because the thing is the lower that goes, the lower it's going to cost, which means the more people will be able to enter the market and buy one. So it will go lower.
Just watch that Zen run. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. All the Zen is unlocking mate, and it's at like 100 plus. Yeah. That'd be
No.
so funny. I'd just crazy.
Nah, I would never get to that, but it might go down quite a bit. Well, it should.
Yeah, I see it going down at least.
It depends, because there's going to be... Well, there's going to be a threshold where it needs to get down to the players that only have, like, maybe a couple mil. Because once you get to that point, so many people will... Because once you can get down to that, because that pack's not expensive. And people will be buying multiple packs of that as well. You're not... Well, actually, no, it's one per account, though, isn't it? But then again, people have a lot of accounts.
Yeah.
So...
But it's bound, so you can't even move it.
Oh, okay, yeah, true, yeah, true. So really, you got one per person, but even entering the lower market, because it's only like a couple mil. Yeah, it's a lot of potential.
I mean, I don't know what I'm happening. I've made enough money.
Yeah, but the thing is if you've got like a couple 100 million and it stays uncapped, you'll be able to make infinite astral diamonds whenever you want. It doesn't really matter. Because you're still winning anyway. As long as you've got a couple 100 million that you can use on that, or can get to that, yeah, well then it's infinite anyway. So you're winning either way.
Yeah, I almost guarantee that nothing else will be earned with this cryptic, because they don't want to be on that.
Well, no, well, I mean, it depends what their goal is. I mean, but if their goal is to make money, you don't want it uncapped. Because they're, you know, otherwise yeah.
Well, that pack that we're in there for... Yeah, look at the Zenix. That's gonna fly down. That fucking price.
I'm not ready yet.
Like a lot faster than I think. Yeah, that we think it's going to as well. Yeah, I think once the American got off that one, that would get like 700.
Still available, like motherfuckers.
More festival.
Right. Are we going?
I'm not ready yet.
No,
It's probably this way.
just started.
Got enough
Oh,
Zen
we
to
go.
play with. For ass, yeah.
I need more time.
That's done. I'm not sure when the hell tide's up, but to be fair, this website doesn't work properly anyway. Like even when I look at it and it tells me it's up, it's not up, so it's like desynced. That doesn't work properly. Yeah, we need to sell really because
Well struck.
I actually
Fucking
want to
broken
go
shit.
on this one, see if they updated them fucking Saha balls. But they didn't, pricks.
What will it be? Suffice nicely.
They can keep.
I'll tell you what, it's not common though to get this splintering aspect and stuff. Like I've not really not got anything
Board, huh?
that for that.
Buy, sell, and trade a couple more motherfucking times.
Right, we'll clear the PvP area out.
Yeah, I brought that new mode.
Then I'll probably do some nightmare dungeons or
It's got a
something.
pretty interesting bonus.
Yeah, they got a epic one in the Summerfest. Different one from last year. It's a Clockmaker room board. It's only 3 insignia slot,
Actually, we just leave that in. Not a big deal.
but I'll buy it for
Oh,
collection.
wait, hold on. I think I've got my crossplay on, haven't I? Have a look. I've got my crossplay on, we can't do this, so I'll just have to turn it off. I think it's on, isn't it, right now? Oh, no, it's off. No, yeah, I turned it off last night.
Oh, that's 4 slab.
Okay.
Oh, the slab of Unco?
Yeah,
Nope.
that's the one in the
Clockmaker
window.
room. Oh, his, yeah. So I'm talking about the one in the
Oh, someone's been over here.
Summerfest.
Interesting. Oh.
Let's see if they change the star. There is no way that this shit is the same as it's supposed to be all this time.
It's exactly.
I think they said it wasn't on no time.
That's
Not-
fucking
not
like the
this
amount
year.
of time even count wise.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't change it.
I fucking don't get that shit, man. You want people to do your events, but you don't fucking change the rewards. Like every one of them months in that little thing is worth like 200k. The only thing that's not is like shit. So we quite
Come here, big boy.
Oh, clean.
Yeah. If you do Saha like farm thing, yeah, I think it's copper tickets or something. No, wait, where is it? Wait, can you not even do it?
They probably took that away.
Wait, yeah, I think they actually have to get away.
Oh, wow.
No, hang on, sorry. Yeah, I found it. Oh, okay. It's in silver tickets, and if you look at stuff, yeah, look, you can buy 5 major influence vouchers for 15 tickets. Look how much the purple insignia is. It's so
I mean, that guy's fucking... He's well on some drugs if he thinks he's going to be able to build a guild up. The guilds on that game cost about... Well, it's just a ridiculous amount. It costs like over easily clearing 100 billion plus to max a guild out. Probably 200 billion overall. Max that shit out. Like, the whole point idea is it's supposed to be split by shitloads of people. So it actually seems not too bad. Oh, okay, he's killed the abomination. Because there's 600 seeds here, so... I think that guy literally just come over to kill the abomination, or he came over a while ago, but for some reason the seeds didn't disappear.
I mean, I need some stats and scores.
Which is weird.
DJ, you got professions, right?
Yeah, why, what's up?
Can you check in the professional thing if you change the old squash suit to the new one? Because I know they did that, didn't they? They just changed the old written on the throwback. I have a stack of old squash suit, the one that's 3 and 5, and I'm wondering if I can turn it into the new squash suit.
Right. See if we find anything over here. Hey, buddies.
Yeah. Look,
I need more time.
like one of the actual professions, but the summer provisioning profession thing, there's squash soup, but you need a squash to make it.
Yeah, they have the old tasks in there like they did before.
You gotta go to the one
Oh, there is a guy here. Hey, bud. He's doing his own thing. He's level 83. Yeah, well, hopefully he doesn't come over because he will kill us immediately. So, I mean, if he kills us for 10,000 shards, who gives a fuck? So, it's nothing. Doesn't really matter. Our only chance of killing that dude is this Wrathful Heart, and that's if he's not running it, because most people would be running it by this point.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Let's see if I can find just any elites, really.
Play some Diablo. Kev, what do you think of the new dashboard? Or you don't have it?
Oh, I don't think I have it. Is it on that insider shit? I don't have that insider shit.
see the spawn and it's already hit. It's actually pretty good.
Oh,
It's officially
a lot-
the
a lot
only
easier to use.
is the mask.
yeah.
Beta.
Well, the thing is the dashboard might be good, but I'm still loading up the same fucking Diablo game, so you know.
Where does that drop? The mask.
I need time to do that.
It drops like the advanced version.
Yeah.
And you can get it in the chest in the...
But they changed it though to where you can use any artisan that you have
Yeah.
in the supplements that means they can give double results, stuff like that.
I have a point on this bitch. I'm in rank 19.
I'll leave the shards to him if he wants them, because I mean the shards, well, we don't really need them, but we come over here quite often. So if he wants the shards, he can have them. I simply just wanted to kill that thing for any gear that he might drop, so he can take those shards if he, you know, I don't know what he's here for, so if he's here for shards, cool. If he didn't take them, I'll take them. Yeah, he didn't take them. Well, I'll take them then. I mean, I'll go and extract him. He might come and kill me, but it doesn't fucking matter, does it? I mean, the shards are just not... They're not crazy, so we're not losing anything, honestly. I'm not worried about it. He can easily kill us if he wants to, because he's level 83, so... Alright. I'll just say, it doesn't matter where I extract, so if he wants to fucking kill me, we'll find out in a minute. I don't think we'll be able to kill this guy just... Well, he'll insta-kill us anyway, because he's level 83. He's too high level. So, yeah, we'll see. But, yeah, I think that's mostly... I might do one more quick pass, like, how... I've got, like, 4 slots. And then we'll go and do some nightmare dungeons. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a guy being slain or something, so... Alright. Yeah, and then we'll go do some nightmare dungeons, and then we'll go from there and just see what we can do. This guy's like trying to kill that dude or something. Weird. Well, guess no one's coming over to fuck with me, so fair enough. No complaints here. Okay.
I need more time.
What's that? Hurry up with this fucking
There's
thing.
actually, for some reason, quite a few people over here. I'm not entirely sure why. That's weird. Normally, there's not really anyone over here, but yeah. Like I say, I mean, it's kind of hit and miss, I guess, so. There will be a few people that take advantage of this, but we were the OGs, man. We fucking found this shit before anyone even made videos on it. We've been using this shit for fucking decades now. So, let's go see what we've got.
Do that.
Probably nothing good, but... eh. We ain't got a lot of gold, but yeah. Crit strike damage of bone skills, that is good. Physical damage with max essence, as well as that. Okay, so that is actually a good roll. This has crit strike damage, but this is the same. But we need to roll crit strike chance on that, and then we can use it for our other ring. And upgrade and have an ancestral ring.
Don't say hello back then, you fuckers.
Oh, sorry, I was singing. Hello, Turtles Boy Toy. There we go.
Shut up, Tev.
Always smart. By surprise.
You said you wanted me to say hi, and then you insult me when I was polite.
that is some shit there, Greg. That's
Yeah,
some
that's
shit.
fine. Yeah, get him,
You know
Dolo.
that
Yeah.
whole thing about Turtle? It
Get it,
scares me,
Dolo.
that does, you know?
Yeah, like that's fucked up. Like, you know what, Greg?
It is kind of messed up, yeah.
Just come clean, man. Everybody
Come
talking about
clean,
doing
mate.
Turtle.
The shit that I
Everybody.
heard yesterday, like I didn't even know about that, and I'm like, what in the
That was
fuck?
amazing what happened just that's best day. That made my whole
That
week.
needs to
Still
never
made
be
my whole week.
repeated again.
Nah,
Wait, what
that's
happened yesterday?
That's what I'm
Nah,
saying.
nah,
Like,
nah,
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 no,
nah.
Hey,
Don't
Ken,
talk
Ken,
it,
what
nah.
happened? Y'all did up yesterday and did not tell us what happened yesterday. It was yesterday.
Right?
Time.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, let's just say his situation got quite a bit worse after he got some alarming information.
What was the alarming information?
Or I don't feel like I don't think I can share it because it's more if he wants to share it.
Right, I'm gonna explain. Fuck it.
What? Turtle sends you nudes or something?
That would be
So-
better.
So right, you know how I told you, DJ, that Turtle thought that I liked her because I was nice to her in Neverwinter?
Yeah.
I didn't realise, right? Mary told me this yesterday. I was sat there like, alright, this is way too weird.
Sexy.
Turtle got pissed off and jealous with Mary because Mary was playing games with me. And then Tev was like, well, doesn't that mean that Turtle kind of has a threat? That's literally what it means. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you wouldn't get jealous.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm sat there like, what the fuck?
No, I'm just saying, Greg. I'm just gonna say, if you give me like 10 minutes in a party with her, I can solve all your issues.
No, you're part of the fucking reason, I think.
I think he just. I mean, maybe. I mean, that one time when you went down for dinner, yeah, that was.
Like, why does that shit happen to me?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Greg. You got, that supple voice.
Yeah, yesterday you was cringing me out with some of the shit
Oh,
you were saying.
so-
He was like, I've done well there, I've got Greg some 50-year-old puss. I was just sat there like, yeah, never say that again.
And yeah, but you can't. That's a successful thing for a wingman to achieve.
It's just fucking annoying. It just shouldn't happen.
Well, I mean, it definitely should happen. I definitely want it to happen. It's fun.
Just let it happen.
Yeah, just let it happen, right? So I can stop her being angry. All you gotta do is I'll just go into a party with her and I'll say, well, Greg's just been having some mixed feelings about you recently. He doesn't know how to process them, so you just gotta give him a bit of time. And there you go. See, then she won't be angry anymore. Problem solved. The thing that got me about the whole thing is that Mary is married, right? But somehow she's jealous because she spends too much time with Greg, which is weird, because she's married. So there's no reason to be jealous
don't
to
mean
begin
nothing.
with.
Because we play fucking Overwatch.
Yeah, but you know what's on Overwatch, don't you? Fucking.
Oh, there we go.
I'm just saying. Well, yeah, I mean, she's definitely in love with you though, which is amazing because now if we just trek back a little bit to when I was sitting there in the party, she goes, "I love you, Greg." Now you know she meant that shit.
Right now,
She meant that shit.
I'm putting that bitch in her place.
She meant that shit. Or you could just let it happen. I agree with DJ. I
No.
think you should just let it
No.
happen. Just let
No.
You should just let her. Just what? She can be like your new mummy. You know what I mean? She's 50 years old. She just coddle you.
God.
Do you know what I mean? She's like, oh, Greg, do you want to breastfeed?
Why did I bring this up?
Yeah, she 50. She gonna
Yeah.
kill over you. Mary better watch her back.
Oh, sure. I said, Mary's like, no, she don't mean it like that. I'm like, that bitch is a psycho. Like, if you're getting jealous at a married woman
Yeah, that's
because
the
she
thing that
because she
makes
spends
me
too
jealous,
much time.
like,
Yeah, like, no, that's some psycho behavior. That is like, if a married woman is playing with a dude on Xbox and then she gets jealous over that because she's spending too much time playing games with them, that's some psycho shit. That's not normal. That's not right. I'm telling you, and the thing is that you got to look at it this way. If she's gone through menopause, Greg, she can't get pregnant, won't get pregnant, and will never get pregnant. So you got to look at it like that as well. So you got some benefits on your side.
there is no benefits to this situation whatsoever.
Well, there's benefits for me. So I get to see it unfold. I just imagine, like, how are you going to get into... Like, if you get into a party with her now, how do you act? Like, do you imagine you just trying to act normal, but in the back of your mind, you know she's like, oh, I want to fucking smash. Ugh. He's fucking like grunting and shit with her mic on. Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up.
It's too funny though. It's too fucking. It's way too funny, man. That's definitely going to be awkward for you though when you get into a party with her. I think anyway. If you can keep your cool, then it'll be alright. But to be fair, I have told you about this stuff before. Like you are nice to people, and then for some reason they get attached to you, man. I don't know why it happens, but
that's on them.
yeah. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's on you. Well, actually, it is on you because this is now the third time this has happened to you. Like, I'm not saying it's like romantically, but like, this is the third time you've been nice to some female, just like giving them some basic shit, just some like little attention, and then they get attached to you, and you can't get rid of them for the next 5 years. I mean, like, you would kind of think you'd have learned your lesson about being nice to women on Xbox. I'm gonna say you're not nice to me. All you do is abuse me. You bully me.
Yeah,
So,
you're a cunt.
well, that's not very nice. Now, man, what have I done to upset you? No, not every time. But definitely times when you tell me that Turtle was secretly in love with you the whole time and no one knew, including you. If you tell me that, then yeah. I mean, because I find it funny, because it's not happening to me. So I get enjoyment out of it, because, you know, you have to go through this fucking crisis of this bitch who's just got some, like... And she's kind of psycho already, which I kind of just got immediately from what Mary said yesterday. She's kind of off her rocker. Now, there's something wrong with her. And she has some weird boyfriend who's not really a boyfriend. But then she's like... I don't even know, to be honest. That's crazy. It's funny, though. Well, the thing is the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is stay away from her. Because the worst thing that could happen to you right now is you go into a party with her and then she confesses her feelings to you. That's probably the worst thing that can happen to you. So I think you just stay. I feel like you just... Oh, well, you can't do that.
I fucking can.
And you don't need to do that.
Nor does she need to have feelings for who lives across the fucking world.
Well, unfortunately, Greg, you can't control your feelings. That's true, yeah.
Give it.
Give.
Do it back.
I ain't giving anything, bro.
No, but what if... No, but what if...
Tell her you're into something like really
Yeah, but the... What happens... I mean, I agree, but... The thing is, though, right, she's kind of psycho, so what happens if she's into that shit? Because then it's like, now he's got shit in his mouth, right? Because that's basically what that is. No, what? I just thought, that's risky, man. I mean, I see your logic, but that's risky.
if he gives it to her bad, though, she's not gonna want it anymore. So,
Yeah, but the issue, there's one issue, though, is like, you're not a 50-year-old woman. If she's gone through menopause, she might just be looking for companionship. Do you know what I mean? If she's more the emotional side than the sexual side, that's not going to play out well for him.
but just show no emotion.
Well, that's true. Greg is a straight cunt. I mean, he bullies me all the time.
Fuck.
And I'm always nice to him. Well, I'm nice to you most of the time until you tell me shit like this, because it's hilarious. I mean, I know you don't think it's funny because it's happening to you, but if this was... But, like, I still remember the time when you was fucking having the time of your life when Ben come back and he was threatening to play ESO with me and you was fucking living and you was lavishing it up. So I know that you do that shit as soon as it's just... All this stuff happens to you because I'm not nice to women on Xbox. I just ignore them. So they don't get attached to me, they just get attached to you. Which is great. I'm sure it'll happen again. Well, it has for me. There's sometimes where it'll lag. Sometimes I've noticed. I think that's just the servers, but it's still way better. Yeah, way better. Plus, with crossplay off, you can abuse PvP as well. You know, like because I'll just like do a rotation in the PvP area, and just go and look for loot and stuff. So there's no. Yeah, you won't be able to do that shit in on PC, because PC's just fucking disgusting. Like they all just fucking they're just mental. over there. They all do PvP for some reason, so.
We got child support over here, not doing shit. Come on, baby, come on, baby.
Oh, it was so close for
Thanks.
Zen going down to 730. There was 50 Zen at 740. But then people just took it back up to 745.
I cannot do that here.
Another way to solve that turtle issue is just tell her you're
Well
gay.
struck.
I mean, that's the point right there.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, I would actually go to them measures just so that bit stops liking.
Yeah, me and Greg have been dating for a while. That's
Yeah,
believable.
I
Yeah,
believe it. I believe
yeah,
it.
yeah.
At least you've been dating Greg.
Thing is- No, I wouldn't date Greg. I'd kidnap Greg. There's a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
What
nah,
the
I
fuck?
think you secretly dating just like her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's next
He's
level.
gonna date rape you and kidnap you?
No, I wouldn't do that. If I was going to do that, I wouldn't tell you about it. That's just stupid.
He just comes up behind you one day with a towel and some on.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably do it. I'm not a small person.
Well, neither am I, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah,
That should
well,
be over with.
luckily, you know, that's
Come on, man,
that's
they not
that's
gonna
my
make
home
it,
run swing right there. Just be like, here, Greg, I got a surprise for you in the trunk. There we
Some
go.
household chemicals. Don't get too carried away though.
No. I don't think she'll say anything to him anyway. I don't think she dare say anything to him. No way. It's too
You
risky.
need backup over there, Greg? I feel bad for you. He's gonna date rape you.
That's normal. Oh, I've said way worse shit to him than that, bro. That's lightweight stuff. He's not even scared, bro. He'll shrug that off. I've said way worse.
Oh, it's like trying to walk it off, wondering why his ass hurts. Yeah, walk it off.
Whoa. You need to calm down, big boy. Whoa. We ain't saying all that. Dolo's in. Remember, don't say nothing too crazy. Dolo's scared of gay people, bro. You need to chill your roll.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No. I just won't fight him. I just won't fight him.
What do you mean? You just want to fight him? What? Every gay you just go.
I just won't.
Oh. I thought you said you just want to. I thought you just
Will
go
you
out
fight a
searching.
gay- Hey, Zola, will you fight a gay man?
No.
Hold on. I want to analyze this a little bit because it's interesting.
There's a gay man.
Why are you
and
scared
there's like a
to
gay
fight
dude
them?
that's like more manly than most. The one that just doesn't act gay.
Well, if like, see, the thing is,
this
if I didn't know, yeah, I probably would. If it came down to it, I ain't looking for no fight. But if it
So yeah,
came
because
down
you
to
see a
it,
gay man as like a woman. So it's-
no, that ain't why. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because if they can take a dick, they can take more pain than me.
I fucking
See,
love
are
that
you calling
logic.
yourself a
I
What is
dick?
that logic?
fucking love that logic.
Wait. So, are you calling yourself a dick? You don't want no part of that?
No. I'm just
Oh, that's the
saying.
best thing I've ever heard.
Now,
I can't.
now, how do you know that it's painful? Have you tried it?
I, like, the thing is, I don't, I
Just, if they can take a dick, they can take more
And
pain.
I can tell you what they say.
He's good. Dude, we're getting him in a lie here, boys.
I just want to know. No, Dolo, why are you scared to fight him then? Why are you scared to fight a gay person?
Because he pucker in his butthole, bro. He doesn't want no part
Dude.
of that.
All right.
Are
so
you
look,
just-
Let me tell you.
Go on.
So, like I was in school in Detroit, right?
Okay.
I'm around a bunch of gang members, shit like that. You know,
Okay.
when motherfuckers fight, we normally help each other. But I also told people that the same shit I told you. I do not fight gay dudes, right?
Oh, okay.
And I
Okay.
told them why, right?
All
So
right.
Look, one of the hardest crips in the school get into it with a gay dude, right?
Okay.
The gay dude beats the shit out of my crip
Oh,
homie, right?
Okay.
I'm sitting there laughing, but I'm not laughing that he getting his ass whooped. I'm laughing because I said that was gonna happen. That's why
Right.
I don't fight gay. Like
So-
they can take a dick, they can take more pain than me. That's the way I see it. Cause I'm not willing to take a dick. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
No.
like the way he
It's just,
explains it.
it's the best logic I've ever heard in my
Very, very interesting outlook on things. You're thinking
Yeah, you
about
get-
two dudes fighting, and your first thought is that dude getting bumped equals
Oh,
more pain than him
I
getting
got
beat
tears, bro. It's so fucking funny. Oh,
Nope. Take a deck.
It's like
I'm
he's-
not getting my ass beat.
he's
Have y'all ever
terrified.
seen a gay dude fight? Have y'all ever seen a gay dude fight?
I've not seen a gay dude fight, no. But,
I've seen a
him
gay
up.
dude fight before.
Look him
They
up.
throw down, bro.
okay.
Look
They
'em up.
throw down.
I mean, I presume they just fuck someone up just like any other person. But it's the
a
logic.
Human being. It's a fucking
yeah.
man. He's just gay. He just happens to be
It's
gay.
the logic though. No, that what gets me is the logic. That's what I love. If they can take a dick, they can take more pain. I fucking love
It
that.
all depends about their heart too.
Okay.
I ain't like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
talking about no gay girly. No, I'm not talking about like
No. We know what you mean. I just love your logic though. That you're just like, if they can take a dick, they can take more pain. It's just that thought, right? You're just like, right, that dude's taking some hard black dick, bro. I know he can take some pain. So does that mean? So Dolo, let me ask you this. I have a question. This is more out of curiosity though. So does that mean that because gay people all have preferences, right, about what type of dicks they like. So if a dude takes a 12-incher, does that mean he could take more pain than a dude who can only take 6? Is that how that works?
I never thought that much into it, and I don't. Like
You should. No, but you should though, because here's the thing, Dolo. Say you get into a fight with a guy who can take a 12-incher and you don't know, you're gonna get fucked up, right? Because he can take way more pain than you.
So if you've got a 6-inch,
Yeah, like how much dick does a gay dude have to take before you can take him in a fight? So your strength is measured in, so your physical strength is measured in dick inches against gay people. That's the best thing I've heard in my life. I love it. I fucking love everything about this. I love everything about this. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
yeah, hung like
But you, yeah. My thing, I just love that. So Dolo just measures his fighting strength in how much dick you can take. That's the thing that I love about that whole thing.
Not exactly.
No. If it's a gay dude, only if it's a gay dude though. Like, because that's what you're saying. Not if it's just someone who's straight, but if it's a gay dude.
No, because as a child, I've always
Yeah.
thought that way.
Can I? I've got a question for you though, Dolo. Go on. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, I have another question for you though, because you know how people are kind of woke now, right? Like, you know, it's kind of like a more of a woke society. So there's a lot of dudes who use dildos, right? So here's the thing, Dolo. If you can take like a dildo, but you're straight, right? Does that mean that you're like semi stronger than you? Because he's not fully gay, but he'll take a dildo. Yeah. Okay. So let's say he's bi. Then does that mean he's only half the strength of a full gay dude?
You see,
How's that work? No, well, it's... yeah, okay. Right, okay. So if they...
still kind of gay.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm saying. So is he... So there's... Okay. So, so if you think you're gonna... So if you're in an alley, right... No, go on.
Came at you, what would you do?
What is a pansexual?
It's a personality level. I'm surprised you don't know that.
No,
It's-
I
Yeah,
don't.
it's new.
Like, dude, when
It's new. It's new.
Gay, straight, bi. That's
It is new.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah, okay.
know what all this is.
Yeah.
My
So...
little brother is a
Just like niggas
Yeah.
call me a 6 man and it's like
Yeah. We get it. Dolo. Go on. That's fair.
They don't see it as gay or straight.
Oh, the mystery chest is right fucking here.
no, it's gay. It's gay.
Okay.
No,
It's
it
a
is.
way to
It
say
is. It is. You're gonna
I'm gay, but I'm
go
not gay.
suck some dude off and then be with a woman the next day. That's pretty gay to me. You know, that's
It is.
So then, if you're trapped, Dolo, if you're trapped in an alley, again, there's a bunch of gay dudes about to beat you up, not do anything sexual, just trying to beat you up, right? What's your logic there then? Do you try and just ram like some hard dildo up your ass to make yourself stronger so you can take all those dudes on and fight them?
I could totally
How does that work?
Them say, if I can't
Do you
take this,
just
I'm off this
go
fight.
on? Go on.
Nah. If there's no way out, I'm fighting to the death.
So you're just gonna go? Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, he's gonna take all the gay dudes out.
Y'all making it something totally different.
You gonna take all them gay dudes? I get enough of these dicks. Yeah, that's his first question. He's like, I'll fight you. How many dicks you taking in your ass, though? And if you go none, he'll fucking swing for you, bro. Like, so to stay safe from Dolo, if you say you've taken fucking 8 hard inches up your ass into your fucking lower intestine, he's gonna back away. He knows he can't take that fight.
The thing is, like I said, okay, so growing up, everything was about logic, right? And it's just logically, if you're willing to do something that I'm not willing to
Yeah. Wait, so let's... How far does that go, though? Like, so for example, if I say I'm willing to go and get a measles shot, but you're not, does that mean I'm stronger than you physically because I went and got a vaccinated shot and you didn't? Just as an example, do you know what I mean?
It all depends on the research you do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because no, that's what I'm saying though. It's like what I'm saying is like obviously if I was to take a vaccine and you say for example, say you were scared of needles. I don't know if you are, but say you was, right? Okay. So and I'm not scared of needles, right? So say I go and take a vaccinated shot. I'm cool with it, and you won't do it. That don't make me physically stronger than you though, just because I'll take a needle.
No, see, that's different.
Yeah. That's what I'm.
That's kind of different, and the thing is, you've always been forced to like deal with needles. It was not
Okay. No. I'm just dissecting it. It's every. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, dude. Well, no, because that'd make him weak as fuck, bro. Because the needle's not very big. Like he'd be piss easy for Dolo. Dolo could take that man any day. It's the longer and the girthier it is, the stronger the gay dude is. So if you find a gay dude who's breaking, no. Oh, it would hurt. Yeah, it would definitely. It would. Yeah, but like I guess for like the way that Dolo's logic works is that taking a big dick would hurt. Yeah. Yeah, and now I'm yeah, but now I'm just. I love the logic. I mean, I know. I was just genuinely curious how far that logic translates, though. Like, if you've got a dude who's willing to take 12 inches and can take 12 inches, does that mean that dude can break down fucking semi-trucks with his teeth? Like, how does that work? Like, that's... You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to understand the logic. Like, that's what... That... I know it don't have the... Yeah, I know your don't get me wrong, I know your logic. I'm just very interested by the example that you used to give it. I understand your logic that if someone's willing to take pain that you're not willing to take, then that means they're likely stronger than you. But the thing is, well, ain't that kind of the whole point though of a fight? Ain't that kind of the? Well, I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Well, that is also... I mean, you do have a completely fair point, but there is a little bit of strength in fight. I mean, if you go watch, like... Yeah, go on.
It's all brain power.
Yeah.
Like, not strength.
Well, that's more like an environmental thing, but still.
You would put 6 people around you and 2 people would fight you, and you would have to fight it out and lift it up like we do that. Damn near every day. Like,
yeah. So what happens? Yeah. So what happens if a dude suddenly turns gay then? Does he just get stronger? Is that how that works? Because that's what you're saying. Because it's just the first example you gave us was that if you can take a hard dick up your ass, you're stronger than the guy who can't. the example you gave us, and so I find that fucking amazing. So that's the
Like
thing
I
I'm
said,
focusing on.
Mentally,
That's
if you do
amazing.
something I can't do,
Yeah.
that I like. So basically, like if I don't know you gay, we get into it, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
Off that, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
I'm not bigging myself up.
No, no. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
but
Okay.
If I know you gay,
Yeah.
try to steer away from me.
Right.
Like literally,
I think it's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. No. Can I? All right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, that's why I say, are you just scared of gay people? Not in the sense of you're just scared of them in general, but are you just scared that they might try and do some gay shit to you, and you don't want none of that? Is that what you're scared of? Because that might be it. Because there's a lot of people who feel like that, who are scared of gay people not because they're gay, but because they don't want to get forced into doing some gay shit, and they're scared, like they'll try and get converted or some shit.
that don't mean that
Right.
the reason, like I had babies in my family, like then explain why. So you hang around, right? So you be around this person, you become a little more sensitive, right? Right? But you not realize it because you are who you hang around, right? Let's say one day, you keep going through it with your girl, you keep going through it with your girl, type shit.
Okay.
And then y'all finally break up.
Okay.
You over there in the motherfucking house crying type shit. You
All right.
crying, this motherfucker comforting you, but you ain't realizing his comfort on some other level type shit. Like, that's like weird, dog. Like, nah.
Yeah. And so you're over there, yeah. And you think that when you're vulnerable, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're worried that one day you could be vulnerable and a guy might try to take advantage of your vulnerability.
That's not what I'm saying either.
But that's like the example you gave. I'm trying to like piece it together, but then you'll give an example like that's not what I said.
I ain't never say nothing about the motherfucker getting me. Ain't nobody getting me.
No, I'm not saying getting. I'm just giving an example though, like because the example you gave was that a guy might be vulnerable after a breakup with his girlfriend, and a guy might try and comfort him and take advantage of that vulnerability. So he's acting like a friend, but he's actually trying to smash because he's gay. Yeah, that's the logic I'm following from what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's so in that way you're scared of gay people because you're scared that could happen to you. Because otherwise, why would you be scared of them? Because if it would never happen, if that could never happen.
I was scared of him. I said
right.
another little theory of logic I had.
Yeah, I love.
This is all shit I had as a kid, but that
I'm
still sticking with that.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough though. I'm gonna say something now, and you're not gonna know what it means, but it's funny. You sound exactly like my cousin, and it's the best thing I've heard in my life, and I'm so glad that you do.
Yeah, trust me, that ain't a good thing.
And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's the logic. No, I love the logic though. No, I love the logic.
Like I said, I sound like this cousin.
You're amazing.
Shit like that, it's a terrible thing.
It's not like a diss on you or anything. It's the best thing because it's the examples you're using the logic. I'm literally overhearing tears though. Like you don't understand. Like it's when you first said out of nowhere that I won't fight a dude if he can take a hard dick up his ass. Like you've got to understand that shit's funny. That shit's funny. That's what you think. That's quite difficult to do. That's more of a skill issue. That is not a skill issue. That one. It's fucking amazing. I know. No. You didn't say nothing about size or colour. All you said was, your exact words were, I wouldn't fight a gay dude because if he can take a dick up his ass and I can't because I don't want to, then he might be stronger than me. Those were your words. That is what you. That's what you said. No. I slowed it down to make it clear, but that is what you said, though.
I won't fight a gay dude if he can take a dick. That's it.
Yeah. That's what I just said. That's what I
Like,
just said.
because they can take a dick. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I'm
not-
following. I'm following your logic. I've no issue with your logic. I find it hilarious that that's the logic. Like, it's the first example you come up with is, I won't fight a gay dude because if he can take a dick, oh no, that's scary.
I've been like that since a kid.
That's fair enough. No, I'm not judging it. I just find it so funny.
Tossed by
Yeah.
a gay dude.
No, I
looking
bet.
At me for help, while I'm sitting there laughing because, like I said, I knew that was going to happen. That's what I'm saying.
I'm fucking dying.
Like
That
I've
was
seen
so
this
funny.
dude knock motherfuckers out. Like I've seen
Yeah.
him fight. The dude's a scrapper. Like he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fucking scrapper. But he got whooped that day. The thing was, I actually didn't even think I was gonna need the help. That's the reason why I started laughing. That's the main reason why I started laughing was because what was happening.
Yeah.
It was actually what I
Yeah.
said was gonna happen.
Oh man. Yeah, that really caught me off guard when you said that, man. That logic, that fucking got me. That did. I got composed myself, man. I got tears. That's so fucking funny.
You can take what
Yeah, I love that logic. I'm definitely gonna. I'm coming to you for all my words of wisdom now. I'm coming to you. All my words of wisdom are coming from you from now
If
on.
you want words of wisdom, I'm
That's-
gonna tell you something before it starts spreading, because y'all gotta
That's it.
understand I'm a trendsetter. Like straight up, I'm
Yeah,
a literal
that's-
trendsetter. But I'm finna give you words of wisdom right
Go
here,
on,
right?
lay it on
to,
us.
deny my, to deny my greatness is to fall short of success.
Oh,
You hear me?
Mhm.
To deny my greatness is
Yeah.
to fall short of success. Do you understand why I say that?
no, go on.
You
Lay
focus
it on.
on worried about me, you can't focus on yourself.
Damn, you're right. Can I give you some of mine now as well? You know, as a reciprocation.
Go ahead.
Anything to dildo if you're brave enough.
What?
You know, you gave me some life advice, so I'm giving you some life advice. You know, I'm giving you some life advice, so you gave me some. So you know, I'm trying to help. That's all right, man. There's always room for improvement. Yeah, but you don't have to deny your greatness, so you can stretch your butthole as much as you want at any age you want. Like, you just. That's it, man. That's it, man. To fall short of your destiny is to deny your greatness. So you know it.
Listening to the
you go,
military.
man. That's the best place to go because there's a bunch of dudes who will have sex with you in there. Because there's just a bunch of dudes all like crushed together.
That's the best place for you. I love pussy, but I don't know what you want.
I just love your reaction whenever I say some gay shit. That's what I love. Because
I'm not used to gay shit.
yeah, because you're scared of gay people. I'm not even gay. I'll just say it because it's fucking funny. Like your reaction's hilarious. I mean, well, to be fair, though, like, how would you react if some dude tried to fucking force himself on you? You know what I mean? Like you try and throw hands on him, wouldn't you?
Like,
You try and beat him the fuck up. If he forced himself on you. Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
Because
What happens if he was trying to just coerce you into it? Would you still try and throw it if you noticed he was trying to coerce you into it instead of throwing like forcing you?
I would have to be dumb, drunk, and fucked up to lead him on.
Yeah, I mean, like, could you, like, yeah, like that is a good question. What happens? Say you go to a club, right? You're drunk, you know, you're just having a good time. What happens if transgender comes at you? Because when you're drunk, you know, you're all fucked up when you're really drunk, right? So, what would you do then if you took a transgender home? You know what I mean? Who you thought was a woman, but's actually a man. Originally. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. Have you seen the ones in Thailand, bro? Like, I know. I mean, I wouldn't trust that decision so strongly. Because sometimes they're really, really good. Right.
That's always keep watching this.
Yeah, I mean, you got your friends watching you. It's like, oh, look, there's an Adam's apple and big knuckles. You got to get out of there. Oh yeah, I know you got to go. Yeah, I know you got to go. Yeah, but if you didn't, is what I'm saying. Like, would you just lose it? If you was in the club, and you were single. I know you got to go, but if you were single, you just lose it, right?
I want to tell y'all something, but motherfuckers already think I'm a liar. But I touched down somebody who's really fucking funny. So like, y'all gotta understand. Like,
Go on.
pussy is not okay. I love pussy.
Okay.
But I'm not frustrated.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Well, you have a girlfriend, so
To go to a club with a pussy.
fair enough.
And then the thing is, these motherfuckers can change their motherfucking gender at 11 years old. If I didn't know you as a child, I'm probably not supposed to.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're taking the safe route, basically. You know, just playing it safe.
Okay, like because I think it's fucked up that you can turn from a man to a woman, change
Right.
fucking birth certificate, and then you don't have to tell the person that you're sleeping with if you're basically making them go against a religion or belief.
Right. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see the logic of that. Especially if you're religious, I can see the logic of that. I do feel like if you've taken those steps and you really couldn't tell, fair enough.
You're religious, like it's your belief. Okay, so
Sure.
technically, like,
Yeah. Okay.
you're gay or whatever, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like, put it this way: if you put,
Oh,
like
yes,
two
that's-
islands,
Go on.
one straight, one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if you take God out of it, scientists would tell you, motherfuckers don't die.
Yeah. So in other words, what you're saying is that those people basically aren't sustainable because they don't really reproduce, essentially.
It's not meant to be. It's
Right.
not meant to be.
Understood. So I mean, is that like another words of wisdom, like a life words of wisdom from Dolo sort of thing, or is that just like basic logic?
Well, that should be logic. It's not
Yeah.
meant to be logic.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just really, no, I just feel like after the Dick situation, I've now found, and I've suddenly come into a newfound respect for your beliefs as a human being. Let's put it that way. It's the best thing I've heard besides Greg's situation. If I hadn't heard about Greg's situation, that'd been the best thing I've heard all week. It's only because I heard about Greg's situation that was slightly funnier. But that's, I mean, I've had 2 gems in a fucking week. Yeah, that's the best week I've had in like a year.
Let's get back to Greg and Kirby.
You just,
They love each other.
oh, I see. You're trying to throw him under the bus. He ain't even said nothing in a while. He's just been sitting there. He's been sitting there doing his own thing, and now he gets brought back into it. I don't want to be the one to do that. But he always complains at me when I do that shit, when I bring him into stuff.
And I swear that I ain't never.
He's here. Oh, that's by far the best thing I've ever heard. Oh god. Oh, the tears. Oh, fucking hell, man! Like I'm crying. I'm fucking crying, bro. Like I can't. Oh my god, it's just so amazing. I've never heard anything like that. Not right off the rip. Just if you can fucking take a dick, then you're stronger than me. It's just, what is that logic? Oh man, that could be the best thing I've ever fucking. That's so
I
amazing.
need time to do that.
Oh god, he definitely was so uncomfortable, but that was funny. Ooh, okay.
I thought he was going to tell you the story about the famous person that he turned down.
Yeah. Either way, I was.
I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Beyonce.
I don't believe it for a second. Yeah, he says it's Beyonce. He said he had the chance to see it with Beyonce
That does make sense, yeah.
and turned it down.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be gay to turn that down, I'm just saying.
That's also a very fair point. I'm not gonna lie, there's some girlfriends out there that if you got a chance to sleep with Beyonce, they'd probably let you. Because that's like, you know, a lot of couples have that celebrity crush thing if it ever happened to them. Right, yeah. That's fair.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, I got a chance to sleep with Beyonce once. The thing is she was sick of all these fucking, like, rich and famous dudes, so she found some, like, poor white dude who's fucking sits in his bedroom all day, and she just wanted to have sex with one of those guys for once. Yeah, man, that sounds a lot more believable. Yeah. That's it. She's just sick of all these rich and famous people. She's like, I just want to find me some fucking white dude who sits and plays Xbox all day, bro, and doesn't do anything else. You know, those guys really turn me on. And so I was like, well, here I am, and there we go, and that's just how it happened. Oh, so fucking funny though. Yeah, that I was literally crying. Like I've had to wipe my tears, but when he said that shit, man, I've just not heard any better logic. That's the best logic I've ever heard. It's just, if you can take a hit, you're stronger than me. I don't see how it gets better than that. Yeah, he definitely ain't coming back, bro. He was so uncomfortable in that party, bro, but it was so funny. Poor guy. He's gonna start leaving every time I join the party because this happens to him every time I join. He starts getting in these really uncomfortable situations. This Helltide is fucking shit. I've been through so much shit in this Helltide, now I'm fuck all.
I need to get that helmet, man.
Yeah, I know. I've had a sacred one. I've had 2 sacred ones. I haven't had an ancestral one. Wait, don't even... Yeah, you just need one, yeah. You have... I mean, the thing is, you can't even target farm either, can you? Because the Uber... not what... Is it uniques or is it just Uber uniques? Is it all uniques and Helltide, a random drop? Or can you target... Yeah. Yeah, so you can't just target farm the headpieces. To be honest, you just get it randomly. The first one I ever got was literally from a loot goblin outside of a renowned dungeon, so... It's just random. The thing is, there's not that many uniques for this class, though. There's like a pair of boots, some arms, a shield, a weapon, and a headpiece.
Yeah, I got 2 uniques yesterday out of a crap pair of arms.
Yeah, there's not an insane amount. Yeah, there's a shield as well that you can get in a pair of boots. There's a couple pairs of boots, but those boots don't seem to be too common. A lot of it more is just the ones I get the most are the arms, and I've had a few of the weapon and 1 shield. The shield seems pretty rare. I'll tell you what I haven't had though, is out of all the gear I've had and all the legendaries, I've not seen even one of some of the rolls that I have from the codex. Like, just not even like, all I've had is I've got ossified essence in the splintering aspect, and that's all I've got. Nothing else. Like, there's definitely some shit going on there. Like, it's so fucking... It seems like they're really rare to get.
Yeah, I mean, I can do World Tier 3, I'm doing like Nightmare for the guaranteed legendary, hopefully to get that helmet.
Yeah. The second one I got was from the Nightmare dungeon.
Fucking, like, I'm gonna have to use a lot of potions. I can kill the shit, it's just, if I get hit, I lose like half my health at the end.
Yeah. Well, your gear's probably just not there yet. But you probably ain't got any crazy upgrades, so... It does tend to happen. What you want to do... Oh, I mean, to be honest, when I went to World Tier 3, I wasn't struggling at all for resources. So I'm not... Have you... I mean, what level are you? You're 50, right? Yeah.
But you probably have better gear.
No, but even your... World Tier 3, I mean... Maybe. Yeah, I did have pretty decent gear, actually. Going into...
Yeah, like, all of my gear is, like, low level.
Yeah.
It's not sacred. And most of it doesn't have the stats it's meant to have. Like, not
But that
even one of the stats.
Yeah, that won't affect the resources, though.
Well, for the arms,
yeah, I don't have that. I've never had that. On the arms I have now is all I've got. I've got literally a standard legendary pair of arms, a lucky hit chance, 2 ranks of bone spear and crit chance. I don't use it. I don't even have anything. I don't have anything giving me resources back, except for all I have is the 2 ring codexes, and just and the corpses and stuff. That's all I have. I have nothing on anything that gives me resources. What I do have is I have a couple pieces that have essence cost reduction on them.
Oh, it's got sacred glove.
There you go. I'll tell you what, though, it feels like I get a lot of sacred gear. Like, a lot. But I don't get that many ancestral. Maybe it's just because I'm not high enough. I'm only 17. Maybe I'm not high enough. Gotta find myself a new fucking build as well, because the build I was following, the guy's fucking not uploaded an update to his board.
That was Rob.
More time.
Rob's build.
Oh, has Rob got a build? I might follow his one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I might go to Rob's build then. Alright.
I'm pretty sure it's just his build from the Eternal Realm with the Malignant Heart 7. A few different like points.
Yeah, I'll find that one.
But yeah, that dude is a fucking nerd. So
Yeah, he
I'd
is,
rather
yeah.
just- Yeah, and he shows you videos of him doing crazy shit, and it's like, well, if I just set my build up here, you can. So,
Yeah.
but I followed his shield build, and that shit was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll go and look at Rob's build then. Because the thing is like I said, the guy's build is very good. It's just he hasn't uploaded any boards after the first board or second board, even should I say? So you have your starter board, right? And then he's not uploaded any boards after that, after the first board you attach. So I'm literally and I'm already at the end of that board, and I haven't even completed any of the areas for the renown. So, because I started flying up in levels because I completed the cathedral so early. Like you'll probably be able to do it by, well, I think Fish said the earliest guy did it at like 56. If you get the gear, but what you want to do
I
is
get gear, I know I can do it. I know I
easily.
can do it.
What you need to do is get yourself a scythe. Because you want a sword normally, but like when you're leveling up and
Yeah, but
stuff.
you can help me then.
Yeah, that's what the scythe has on it. Has health regen. Well, you don't need no. The scythe has life on kill. So when you just murder everything, you don't need the regen. You just need the life on kill. I mean, you can't sustainably keep that because you'll want that as crit damage, but you want. But what I mean is just whilst you're doing that, whilst you're leveling up. That's what I'm using now. I have an 802 scythe, non-upgrade without it being upgraded as its base, and it has like 317 life per kill. So whenever I take a bunch of damage, as soon as those mobs die, I go straight back to full health. Plus, I've got max health on my chest piece and max health on my legs as well. To help, because the one thing I noticed with the builds, if you don't put any max life on, your survivability is so shit. But don't get me wrong, you're probably not supposed to run it, because like I say, it's, yeah, that Rob, he probably runs all damage, and there's probably a way to get around that stuff. But for whilst you're leveling up, yeah, that max health stuff massively helps temporarily. So, because that shit helped me do the cathedral. That's why I was able to murder that cathedral without struggling. Because I wasn't able to die because I had too much life. I didn't even have that much. It was only on 2 pieces. Because you can't put it on your headpiece because obviously it's unique.
Last night, he carried fucking Fish for that at level 55.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. The thing, yeah, I don't understand how he's needing to be carried. Like, I literally one-shot
Dying
every...
to the mechanics on the boss. You know, where you got to dodge the red zones and shit. Yeah, he kept dying to him instantly.
See, that's what...
I can
Yeah.
tell he was getting mad.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you know when I went in there, I just one-shot that boss immediately. I went in, he just died instantly. It wasn't even there was no mechanic. He just died immediately. Like, he doesn't survive. That's the thing. You just do it. What you want to do, bro, is just don't do what they did. Do it yourself. Because it's just 10,000 times easier. I don't know. There's no point. Well, if you're already at 51, you may as well give yourself something to do. Because if you get ran through that, what is the point of you ranking up anymore? Because you've already done everything past the cathedral. There's nothing new. And you know, yeah, the malignant hearts are there, sure, but it's honestly, they're all right, but they're nothing crazy. I mean, besides the broken one, like they're all, you know, it's nothing like that new. You know what I mean? It's not crazy like that.
Yeah, I read this ability that fucking guy has, man. Like, fucking that shit is so broken that Rob has. He has the malignant heart. It's you know, the one that puts on decrepify on everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He has one where it's
at 0.
at least 0.
Yeah, it goes to 0, yeah.
That's fucking broken.
Yeah, it just has decrepify all the time, yeah.
Yeah, I have one right now that's 2. But...
Yeah, it's normally like 3. You can get it at 0. I've seen it on Reddit. You can get it at 0. But I don't know why. I don't see why you'd want it for more damage. There must be a reason. Because I don't see how that beats the crit ring or these tentacles. I don't see how that beats either of those. But it is good.
What What does the Decrepify actually do? I've never even
It slows the target. Well, the one thing it can do is this. Well, there's a way. Well,
Do you
it
take
can.
less damage as well?
Yeah, you take less damage, but the way. I mean, it's good, but you'd have to sacrifice either the crit ring, which is a lot of damage lost, because the only thing that Decrepify has is you take less damage, it slows, which is good. And in the lucky hit one, enemies hit while afflicted with Decrepify have up to a 15% chance to reduce your active cooldowns. But the only cooldown you have is will be Blood Mist and your Bone Storm, which is good. Because I bet basically what he would do there. I mean, there's this one. When you or your minions hit an enemy afflicted with Decrepify below 10% life, they're instantly killed, but they don't work on bosses. So it's not really needed. The only thing.
But on bosses, you ain't gonna
No.
struggle to kill bosses when you get high level. Well,
I don't struggle
bosses,
now.
Period. Once you
I
have that
one-shot
one
them.
thing in, yeah, because
Just
I
that,
annihilate all the bosses.
Yeah.
Father bless.
Yeah, I don't struggle at all with bosses.
Yeah.
Well,
that,
I'm
that
trying
fucking
to.
Malignant Heart is so ferocious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was clearing 10 million easily on a world boss yesterday. I just chuck a couple spears, easily just proccing. And I can't even do really nowhere near the damage because my Malignant Heart sucks. I have a max roll one, so it's way worse than what it could be.
Yeah, mine's close. 3.8 seconds.
And
it's better though, by the way. It's weird the way it works. So I was looking at Rob's video.
It seems like
Flash mobs, you want
yeah,
one with short time.
yeah. With bosses, you want a longer one, surely, because of the stacking. Yeah. But then I wasn't sure if you'd be able to stack enough damage. But yeah, I can't. That's what I figured, but I didn't know for sure because I only, the 2 seconds one. I can get it for trash mobs. That's the thing, because there's times I've noticed, and there's another problem with that thing, by the way. That thing doesn't work properly in suppression fields. Do you know that? You know that? What's it? That heroic encounter. You know where it has a massive suppression field, and you have to kill that one boss. Yeah, that shit don't work in there, by the way. That ability doesn't work in there. It doesn't proc. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's for some reason why it applies, but it's really. It's almost like the ability just doesn't work properly when the suppression field's around. It's very odd. Like, it takes a good while for anything to work. Because normally, right, with suppression fields, you don't get the bone spear coming back. But in that giant one, in the AoE, you get it back because it's obviously you've got enough range. But it still doesn't proc any damage. So it must be something to do with the way that the way the damage is applied. It bugs out with suppression fields. Oh, that's a suppression field one. That's getting left. Actually, let's go try it. Because I only tried it on one of them. Let's see if it does it on this one. This is a completely different one. Let's see if it still does it. Oh, no, it's working on this one. I guess it was just a bug then. Oh, never mind. Forget what I said. I guess it's just... Oh, wait. Is it working? Oh, yeah, it looks like it's working. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that other one then. I guess that was just a random bug. Yeah, no, it works. Never mind. That was odd. Strange. There's a lot of fucking bugs in this game, so I'm not surprised. He's not going to rejoin, bro. He left because he was terrified. That honestly was amazing, though. He's got some of the best logic I've ever seen. Oh, fucking so funny, man. Yeah, he's great. I'm telling you, bro. Like, it'll come to a time where he won't join. He won't stay in the party when I'm here because he knows what's coming. Yeah, right. Let's do that.
I'm not ready yet.
thought it'd be best just to complete that just for the ovals. And we're gonna head back round and see. But yeah, I'll probably end up following Rob's build then. Because it's... I don't know how much different it'll be to mine, but I don't want to get too far in randomly, and then, yeah. It just doesn't really go well, so... Sacred, yeah. Right. I'm going to stop there with the hell tag, because I've got to quickly go do something. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, right, I'm back. Let's see here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just save my Paragon points up for now. And then what I'll do is, whilst I'm off making food, I've made food and all that, I'll look up this Rob's build. Because I do it right now, but the problem is it could be completely fucking different. on the Paragon, and I don't want to waste time just messing around with Paragon, understanding what's going on. You know, you get it. So I'm just going to stack them up, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. We've got 755 hours. Let's go open. We'll crack some neck pieces. See if we can get anything as well. We may have to just take the L with these neck pieces soon. Excuse me. But I can't work out why he would run the Decrepify one. Whilst it is good, there's nothing on here that would be worth running over the crit damage. Because you can apply Decrepify yourself and just not use Blood Mist. I'm probably going to keep the same build. Because to be honest, with the way that the damage is right now, you just don't need Blood Mist. Blood Mist is just not useful. Because it's to get you out of Unstoppables, and it's so rare that I get stuck in them. I've died a couple times, as you've seen, but it's not that common. It's not common enough to where I'd say, okay, I definitely need to have it now. Because the because the Decrepify is better because it increases your, or it decreases your cooldowns, but like your Bone Storm and stuff. So, which is nice. I still have not had an Ancestral neck piece. I still have not had an, but I ain't got one. It just doesn't give me Ancestral neck pieces. I don't even know why I open those fucking things. Before we go back, I'm going to head to the tree, crack that, and then I'm going to go to the PvP area and crack that as well. Oh, no. Took my juice downstairs. I've got to bring it back up. Fuck's sakes. Go and get it. Alright. Let's go sort this out. Collection of helms, boots, rings, helmets, then. Okay. It seems to give you quite thingy relevant ones now. Like this thing before would not give you. It just give you like level 3 sometimes and shit. It's kind of weird. So I guess they changed that. That's good. Alright. That's the thing, is if I want the ossified essence, I mean, it's so hard to get a better fucking... I don't want to lose this. It's pissing me off because I don't want to lose this Bone Spear one. It's so fucking good. But, yeah. I might just fucking ditch it because it's taking too long. And just say, fuck it, we'll just get a new one eventually. It's not a big deal. Because we're still ranking up, so... And then that way, if I did that, I could put a decent ossified essence on. And I wouldn't have to worry so much about getting a neck piece. Because neck pieces can be really hard to get, so... Right. Well, if we wanted to do that, we'd need... This one's 74%. This one's 80%. I don't want to use an 80% one, though. 50, that's only 60%, so that's no good. That's no good, either. Because they're only 60, so... And this is another Bone Spear one, but with a shit roll. I might just do it. Because I'm like, fuck it, right? I might legit just do it. And just fucking do it. I know it's stupid. But it could take us ages to get that. And we can just get another one. So I might just do it. Because right now, the issue we have is that we're running into a situation where we can't... Well, we're basically just gagging for a fucking amulet, but that could take so long to get a proper ancestral one with decent rolls. That's the issue. It's a shame you can't swap aspects around. It's really a shame you can't swap them around. Because you'd be able to fucking... Because this splintering aspect... This thing I'm going to replace, it's not worth replacing. But I also don't really want to keep waiting around for a fucking good amulet. Because right now, like this thing is so good. It would be really, it'd be quite a bit better. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I think the best thing to do is just say fuck it and just do it. Because that way, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? So we'd want to put ossified essence on. Oh, it only goes to 60. It was only 90 because of the others. Oh, well, I guess I salvaged those others for nothing. It's not in the world. Yeah. Oh, what a waste, bro. Fuck it. Oh, so that's painful. That's painful, bro. But it is what it is. And then we can put this bone spear thing on here. On there. There we go. We'll be stronger now. I mean, it's not bad. It could be quite a bit better, but it's not bad. I'm just too fucking... I just can't be bothered, bro, to sit here and just fucking farm for ages and ages and ages. And be like, you know what? Yeah, and just be like, yeah, I'm just gagging for this fucking neck piece. Fuck it, bro. We'll have to just farm our way to a new one. Now, what are the ones... Your minions deal with, that's no good. Your golem... Because your fire grants 40% increased damage. For 6 seconds. Well, that's obviously gonna... That would obviously be the next one you'd go for, right? Surely. Yeah, it has to be this one anyway. It would have to be this board. Okay, well, what orientation would you take, though? I wasn't going to do it, but I'm like, fuck it, right? Probably this one. And then what's over here? That's like potion healing and stuff. What's this? Damage to injured. Yes, crit strike damage, though.
Absolutely nothing.
But then it's a lot of it's damage to injured.
Sounds fun.
With a mix of crit strike damage. And then there's damage to elites there. This is poison resist. So you'd go up here, grab that node. Then you'd go here, hit this bitch, put something in there. That'd be a guess. Execute. I don't know if you'd go for that. Maybe. Anyway, I'm just looking. Yeah, that would definitely be the next board. 100% that'd be the next board. Right. Let's see. What else we got here?
Mask sold.
Well, that's 21. I feel like we don't... Let's try, what? From behind? That might kill us. But we'll try it. Right. I'm going to grab my juice real quick. 1 sec.
Looks like yours is still on there. A couple people undercut you too.
Yeah, I'll jump on at some point and change it. I was thinking about trying to trade it.
Right, but what are you gonna trade it for though?
Like the Rod of Pain or the Wand of Domination. I'd have to add some stuff to the wand.
Sorry about that, I was just talking to my dad. Clobbered me on the way down, asking for stuff. So, I'm back now after, you know, a bit of prolonged thing if I'm going to get my fucking drink. So, yeah, I kind of fucking caved. I was like, fuck it, I want to put it on. Eventually, we'll have to put another ossified on anyway, but I have a max roll.
What you got for the Guardian fight? You got the set.
I did.
I can tell you right now, I know for a fact that the next board that you'll put on is that one for the corpses. When you consume 5 corpses, gaining 40% damage boost. That's going to be what it is. But considering the fact I don't have a lot of points, I'm not going to be able to get likely to that legendary node anyway. So I'd rather wait. Look at Rob's build, because Rob is just so broken when it comes to this game that the dude just breaks every build he has. So you know what I mean? So it just makes so much more sense to follow that guy rather than do my own thing. So I think we'll do that. And I think that's the best way to go. Why is that guy not taking... Oh, I think it's because it reset the bonus, didn't it?
I was just trying to do the math. I'm trying to see how much it would take to make one, like people buy the material.
Where is it? Just him.
To see if it's actually worth, like, selling it for 3 mil. I only did it just to get rid of it, because everybody had theirs for 3
Oh, hi guys.
I definitely would want to get it. It's item level. But yeah, I ain't gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I really wish I'd have been on one that put his up, man. He had fucking sets in there. I think Gabriel said he sold 5 sets. Guardian fighter weapons for 1.75 million per weapon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. I don't know why he's doing that, because like, just for the Maryland charm and the electric reaper leather, it's about 1.4 mil in material.
Yeah, but can you farm
technically
those?
You can farm most of the material for that.
I'm just wondering if he still makes a profit because he's farmed all the materials.
Oh yeah,
potentially.
Yeah. If you're farming it, yeah. But so my point is though, is like I don't understand why he's doing it because like why he's selling stuff that cheap, because why wouldn't he just sell the material?
Yeah, because the material's worth pretty much the same or more. Yeah.
The same, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why does he
maybe
just sell
maybe
the
it's.
make the
I mean,
same amount of money
yeah. I've no idea.
other people can actually make a decent amount. It's just because he
Yeah.
doesn't know how to do math and he's not good at business and economics. That's all it is.
Or there's another reason, but I mean, you won't really know for sure, but it is weird. But then again, that's the same, you can make the same argument about that Ant guy or whatever, where he's crashing the prices on him. Oh, is that the same guy? Oh, is that... Well then that kind of leads on...
I think it is. It seems like he has a vendetta against Masterworkers.
It could be.
That's what it seems like.
Could be, yeah. Like a personal thing. But the thing is...
He was in zone chat fucking saying that he's in a fight against all the Masterworkers to fucking price up.
Yeah, which is weird. The only thing, and it's so going out on a massive limb, but there's really no logic to what he does anyway. The only thing I could think is he keeps crashing the prices for so long that everyone gets out of Masterwork and then he's the only one doing it, and he jacks all the prices up and just price locks everything under his shit. But that's like so far out on a limb and would take so long it doesn't almost make any sense. But there's really no logic to what he does now. That's the thing, because you spend so much money to get into Masterwork, then to update it every time a new thing comes out costs a lot of money. Because what do you put in 30 mil, DJ, for this new one?
Well, it was like 21 mil, but I finally...
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you've been in it a while. Yeah, and you've been doing that stuff for a while. So.
What, like 5 mil, something like that.
That's what I mean, and you've been doing that a while. You're pretty up to date with it, and that's still costing you that much each time there's an iteration. So everything he does just doesn't make much sense, because he could just do the same shit he's doing now, but actually sell it at full price and make so much more. But he doesn't want it. So it's got to be either some sort of personal vendetta or some weird shit, because you just wouldn't do it. Why go out of your way? Why waste all that time to do that? Because they'd still sell regardless. Because people want them.
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah. Cool. Have fun.
Yeah, I really don't get it.
It's weird. The best thing to do would literally just to be to fucking ask that guy. You could just literally go and ask him and see if he'll actually tell you. Like, just be like, why is it that you sell them so cheap? Because why not just sell them for the regular price? He may genuinely tell you if he doesn't know, like, you're a masterworker or anything, or he might not even care. Like, I don't know if anyone's actually outright gone and just asked the dude to his face why he goes out of his way to fuck over masterworkers and just thrash all the values.
Yeah, I mean, he could be making a little bit of money off of it for the time
Oh,
and effort that he's going
yeah,
to
that's
sell
it.
the material.
Yeah, he probably does make money on it, but it's like, but then it's also the same argument of why not, yeah, why not just sell it for what everyone else sells it at and you're making so much more.
Right, yeah.
Potentially even more if you've got all the materials and you're not buying them. But it's all weird, yeah. He must have, it's got to be either some, I mean, it just seems pretty weirdly obsessive though to take a vendetta against everyone who does masterworking as well. And pretty much any logic you apply to this just doesn't really seem to fit very well. Because there's just no real logic behind it to crash the prices.
Right.
Yeah, weird guy. But it does beg. That's why I was curious. I don't know why Greg didn't buy the weapons because I told him to go and ask that guy how much he'd sell them for, and he said 5 mil for the Guardian Fighter weapons. I don't know why he didn't just buy them then, because unless Gabriel was doing him a better deal, 5 million, then I don't know why he's buying from the other guy for his Guardian Fighter. But it might work out cheaper.
I don't know. I don't really like doing that because if shit fails,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's like, what do you do? You know, like.
Well, I mean, the standard thing would just be, you know, that's the thing. It's a risk, isn't it? It's like you can't ask for the shit back. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he couldn't ask you, say, for the materials back or the item if it fails. That's the risk you take, right? I mean, Greg wouldn't anyway, because you know
Right, yeah,
he knows.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, but like I just feel bad. You know. Like,
Well, you can't. Yeah, but you can't do anything about that.
You know what I mean? Like.
Well, that's like Gabriel the other day. I mean, he even said it to him when he was saying he'd do it for the materials. He said, obviously, if it fails, I'm not going to give you the stuff back.
Right.
That's how it is. I mean, it's a chance, isn't it? You give them all that, but it's only a chance, and I don't think it's a very good chance either. Or even with all the stuff.
Fair trade.
Well, that's just the way the game goes, though. Do you know what I mean? It's like you couldn't give everyone's stuff back. You'd never make any money off the thing.
Right.
And then no one would do it anyway if that was the case.
Raise the father.
But yeah, doing stuff with friends, it can get awkward. He still holds a vendetta fucking against me for selling him that T-Rex fucking over market value. And that was fucking years. That was so fucking long ago. Yeah. And that's because the only T-Rexes were inflated at the time. But I gave him a good deal for the price at the time, but it was a bad deal for what the T-Rex was actually worth. But it was the best mount in the game, so really not a lot you could do.
See, the thing about that, and if he's selling these weapons for like 1.7 million, if he fails one time, like on the weapon,
Yeah.
he's literally losing money. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it.
Sold the material for that, but he didn't. He just lost, you know, 1.5 mil, basically.
Unless there's, I mean, it's unlikely, but unless there's an exploit
Well,
that allows you to guarantee a
he probably
100%.
is farming the material too.
Yeah.
So he's not really losing it, but in a sense,
But it's still,
he is
you are,
because
because it's your
sold
time,
it.
isn't it? Well, it's your time as well. You're spending all that
Absolutely,
time
yeah.
doing that instead of doing something else to make money. And so to do that all to make so little, even if he's successful, he makes so little in comparison to the other master workers who are selling on their appropriate pricing. And especially like the Guardian Fire weapons should be like a huge thing, because those guys are going to want an item level for the 90,000 requirement, right? So, because that they have a jump in item level. I don't know, like the way Greg described it, it's not easy to get to 90 fucking K. And so I think you need everything that you can do to get there. Yeah, I mean, if it was me and I would literally just go and ask that dude to his fucking face. Because I mean, the way I see it is, it's not you don't, well, not you specifically, but just in general, you don't lose anything for asking the guy why he's doing it. Because he may genuinely have a personal grudge. It could be something petty like that, but it seems almost so petty that wouldn't even think about believing that. But there's just no logic to why he would do such a thing. When the master workers all seem to have like this weird, well, a lot of them seem to have this agreement where they'll sell within range of each other, because you want to make as much money as possible, and I don't think every mod has masterwork stuff coming out, so that's actually useful.
Right.
So it's like a limited window where you can make a lot of money. Yeah, that's a weird gun.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I wish his account would just get banned.
I mean, it's, yeah, if only, but that's the issue. No. I mean, I know Neverwinter can ban you for absolutely no reason whenever they want, but they don't do that to people unless they usually break their TOS. So.
Right.
Or if you lose them money, which usually involves that. If you lose them real world, they'll ban your account immediately. If you lose them money. Yeah, they ain't stand for that shit. Yeah, it would be nice. That's the thing, is like, I mean, it quite begs the question of if it's even worth doing the masterwork with him around.
No, it's not. I wish I would.
Is there not like with the Greg was saying there was some other weapons, like the cleric weapons, that are so expensive to make that dude doesn't fuck with those items.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Like, is it? Yeah,
it takes 24 of the Fallen God doors, which are right around 300,000 a piece. Plus it takes other stuff, and that's to attempt to make it.
And that's just an attempt. Yeah.
And if it fails,
then you're at, yeah. That's the thing, though. It's like, yeah, and there's not really any other items, I presume, that you really can make money on that he doesn't touch.
yeah, he's making all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but the cheap.
Yeah, but the cheaper, yeah, where he won't lose that much by farming the materials. But it is odd. Unless he's just fucking really lucky or somehow, and he just makes almost all of his weapons, everything he makes just succeeds. Which seems unlikely, because as far as I remember, those percentages, even with all the right tools, ain't that great.
Yeah, no, not.
Yeah, even after all that money, it's still shit. But you're kind of stuck, because it's the problem is if you don't put the money in for this masterwork, then you have to then do it in the next. So say you wanted to do the next release, wouldn't you have to upgrade this one that you're doing now and then the next one after that to catch up?
Well, you don't actually have to upgrade it.
Right.
I don't even think you have to upgrade your artist. It's max level 20. We're all level 20 right now.
Yeah.
And the masterwork stuff just starts off at level 20. But what it is you have to buy a recipe.
Right.
You want to craft stuff. Jewel crafting. You have to buy the recipe, and it's like, to get into it right now, I think it's 500,000 for Chult per recipe, then 1.5 million for Sherendar, 1.5 million for the new one.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 3.5 million per.
Yeah, per one.
by category.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you need the reagents just to make the weapons.
But
I need more time.
yeah, I could tell you what the success rate is here in this section. So I'm gonna make some potions to try and make a better weapon, and it's only 73% efficiency, 9% focus.
Damn. So you have a 73% chance then, basically, to make.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, it's
But
not.
it doesn't feel like it.
What does it? Is it higher or lower though? Does it fail more than?
I think it fails.
Yeah.
I've had pretty good luck. Gabriel complained the other day he failed a lot. I failed a few times. I don't know, like just doing professions in general. Like if I didn't even do Mastercraft, if you go down to like level 20 stuff, because
Yeah.
a couple months ago I was leveling up almost all my teams. I think it was like 16 teams or something like that. I was leveling up all the professions to like 18, and it just felt like they were failing left and right.
Not like this.
Uh,
So
We can't do it alone.
yeah. I mean, of course, it is a chance percentage, but some people are luckier than others when it comes to that stuff. Yeah. I'm just wondering if that guy might have some form of exploit potentially that allows it to be 100%. It seems unlikely, but you kind of have to start thinking like outside of the boxes. Why would he do something like that? Because there's really just no logic to it. It don't matter which way you slice it. It's like there's no logic to him doing that, because any which way you look at it, he could do the exact same thing he's doing now, sell them at a regular price, and make far more money. And he's spending the same as all you guys to get into it to begin with. So he's spending all that money but making very little back, and he's got a chance of failing so frequently. So yeah, it's so weird. All of it just makes no sense. Yeah, that's the only thing I look at is just something like that. And he just goes, he just decides, you know what, fuck it. And just destroys the price on everything. Besides the stuff that's super expensive, which none of you want to make anyway. Because it's too expensive to make.
Fail.
Yeah, because of the chance.
Yeah, I mean, if I can sell a bunch of stuff, I will attempt it. But I don't want to attempt it because I just do it. I've got like
Yeah.
5 different weapons I'm trying to sell right now. Belt, ring.
Yeah.
And then I actually started trying to sell some of the items that you craft to put into the other items. You know, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
like moss pieces or whatever. For
Just like a step up.
weapons.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, I started trying to sell that.
Well, you might end up. I mean, he's probably not touched the materials themselves. He's probably just doing touching the weapons and just fucking the price of those.
Yeah, pretty much. The only material he does actually have some material posted.
Oh. What, and is it cheaper then? Is it like significantly cheaper, or is it just...
He actually, I think, unless you changed it, he was great about the same price as everybody else. 5 mil. One. Which that's actually not even a good price. The craft of it is 24 times 300,000, 7.2 million. And that makes 2 beats. So it's 3.6 million per beat. We're selling them for 3.5.
Yeah, so he's pretty much...
Basic.
Yeah, on
Taking a loss.
price. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah, he's taking a loss not only on the auction house fee, but like all the other material that you need to make.
Yeah, there's definitely some weird shit going on there. And it seems like everyone who does Mastercraft knows this guy infamously.
I'm not ready yet.
He couldn't have shown up that long ago though, because I don't remember you guys complaining about him last time you did it.
I didn't do Mastercraft last time.
Oh, okay, maybe it was just Gabriel
Sure,
then.
or I haven't done it in like
I need more time.
a couple years.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the one time you try to get
mean-
into it, he shows up. He's just fucking.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I mean, I was doing master stuff like that on all my teams, but I wasn't actually
Yeah.
trying to sell it and stuff like that. I don't know, that's probably 2-3 years, if not longer. I don't know, it was right before the Sharondar ones came out, because I didn't want to pay 1.5 million for the recipes, which I should have.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But
it's,
yeah, I
it's
didn't
not
know
the
that
end of
this
the
dude
world.
was doing this shit. I wish Gabriel would have fucking
I
warned me.
was gonna say, yeah. Well, what if Gabriel? I don't know how long he's been doing it, but I would have thought Gabriel would have told you, yeah, that guy's destroying the market on everything. Because Gabriel seems to be more up in the Masterwork stuff than you are. Like,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
been
for
doing
sure.
it, yeah, a lot of it.
I'm not ready yet.
Maybe that's why he just wanted someone else to feel his pain. For dealing with this
I
fucking
mean,
guy.
one of the main reasons why I actually did it was because I wanted to see what reagents were used. That way I knew if I was getting ripped off, or like people were trying
Yeah,
to rip other
yeah.
people off. That's actually one of the main reasons why I did it.
Well, I mean, obviously you're definitely getting ripped off on some of it, but the thing is it's because the price that they set also includes the chance of failure as well. So if you're failing multiple times, you're paying far more than you're potentially
Right,
gaining
right.
for the weapon. So, yeah, I mean, of course you are going to get ripped off on it, but that's kind of the point. Because they've invested this much money into it, that's kind of the point of why they get to set the prices. So this guy coming out of nowhere and doing the exact opposite to everyone else, and just being like, well, fuck you. Yeah, it's not great. Right, I'm gonna crack. Actually, what I might do is I might go around this PvP area and just see if
I'll do that here.
the elites have respawned, and
Yeah,
if they
kinda
have,
wish I
yeah.
wouldn't have bought the recipes, but on the other hand, I'm kind of glad that I did because now I know what it takes to make stuff, and I can make my own shit. You know, I mean, I don't have to buy it or have somebody else make it. At least I can just go make my own.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, that's fair.
Looking.
But on the other hand, yeah, you have to look at all the people that are now fucking screwing you. Or that guy, specifically.
Pretty
I cannot
much,
do
yeah.
that here.
Well, he's not
Yeah,
doing, he
there
screws
was-
everyone, so.
Somebody actually messaged me. They sent me an Xbox message letting me know they were changing the price on a weapon that I had them matched with.
Oh.
Yeah, they'd send me a message
That's
saying
nice
they
of 'em.
repriced their Warlock book. Yeah, that way I could go and reprice mine. You know,
I'm actually quite surprised someone even did that, to be honest.
I am too. Yeah.
Like, no one would normally do that. That's very generous of them.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that because
Yeah.
you know I was going through the weapons the other day and I was looking for stuff that was still kind of valuable, that was still holding their value, and there was only one class where the cheap weapon was still like, what was it, like 6 or 7 mil or something like that. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna make that one. I made it. I matched the person that had it, and then they're the ones that messaged me and told me that they had lowered the price on it, so I just went and matched them again.
That's fair. I mean...
But I mean, that's
Mm.
it is fair. You know, it's like I matched him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I could have been a dick. I could have undercut him. You know, and then he'd log on and undercut me, and then I'd log on and undercut him, and then
It's
we'd
normally
just both
what
drive
happens.
the price down.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you
it
match
is weird.
people and everybody just holds it there, then
Yeah.
the price
true.
doesn't go down. Like the other day, when I made the weapons for the Guardian
I
Fighter,
cannot do that.
they were all like 9 mil. And there was like 4 or 5 people, 6 people that all had them in there for 9 mil. And I made them, put them in for 9 mil. A little bit later that day, I check, and that few guys in there fucking selling them for like 3,
Yeah.
1.5.
And you're
to
sitting
3
there,
M.
you're like, what the fuck is the point of this then? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just, yeah, it's crazy, man, like, how much he's doing. It's weird, almost. Yeah, there must be a reason to why he's able to do that so cheap. It can't be... It can't be that. It doesn't make any sense, what he's doing.
Well, I mean, if you farm the materials, it's all 100% profit, no matter what you sell it for, really. You know, it's just taking your time to do it. But I just don't understand why he doesn't just sell the material. He'll make the same amount, and if not more on
That
some
legitimately
stuff, like
could
those
just
beads.
be...
He's just doing it just to fuck everybody over.
Yeah, that's what I
He
was thinking.
probably got into Mastercraft,
Maybe.
you know, last mod or the mod before, and people undercut him
Yeah.
and kind of like pushed him
yeah,
out to where
yeah,
he didn't
it could
make any
be.
money.
That's what... Yeah,
And
exactly.
He's all butthurt and mad.
It could be a
Wants to make
situation,
other
or
people suffer because of
it's
it.
either that, or it's something simple like he's just one of those altruists who wants to try and bring people weapons for dirt cheap because he knows that Mastercrafters obviously rip people off, which they do, but there's a reason
Right.
behind it because of the failure. You know, you have to increase the price based
The
on the
money it
amount,
takes
the
to get
the money to get into it, which is the biggest thing. The chance of failure, like if you've got a dude and his weapons are 9mm, but he's failed to do those weapons 3 times, he might even end up making a
Right.
loss on that set, and he's still selling them. So when you take all that into account, yeah, you are getting ripped off, but that's kind of the whole point of the exclusivity of the amount of people that can do it and how much it takes to get into it. That's the point of it. Whereas he's doing the opposite. He's basically saying, fuck that, I'll just take... He's probably likely, you say, farming it all himself and then saying, fuck it, I'm just going to take basically minimal profit and sell them for dirt cheap.
Right.
But the thing is, another thing is, how long does it take you to sell one of those weapons at a regular price though? That is set, like, that's another thing.
I haven't sold one. Right.
Because what I'm wondering, I know he's doing this, but I'm wondering if the way he looks at it is that if it takes you guys so long to sell these weapons, right, he might be actually ending up making more because every time he posts his weapons,
Selling
they'll sell.
so much, yeah.
He'll sell instantly, and he might end up making more than you guys because of that, because he's able to farm
yeah.
those.
He will make more, but is it really...
Well, it's like this. It's just like this is.
If
I'm
he's farming
yeah.
the material, then yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
he's
what
not
I'm saying.
farming
If he's not, then
material,
that's
he's
just
not
weird.
making more than anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah, but if we think that your logic's right, that he's farming it, which is the only thing that really makes sense, right, is that he's farming it, because then it'd be 100% profit. If he sells those so many of those weapons in quantity, then he'll end up making more than you guys, because you guys are struggling to sell. And, I mean, let's say he wasn't there. I mean, as far as I'm aware, Masterwork weapons don't sell really, really fast anyway, because of the cost of them.
Well,
Because
certain classes.
some of them,
that's
yeah.
why I've been making them
I
for
think...
tanks, basically. I'm
Wouldn't-
making the Paladin, Guardian,
Yeah.
Fighter, and Barbarian.
Wouldn't, like, the Wizard
Yeah.
be, like, better to make? Because isn't the Wizard, like, the most popular class
Yes
right
and
now?
no. I mean, it is, but the thing is that dude killed the value of it.
Oh, so yeah. But if so you would normally try and do, like, the most popular class, but he's...
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Either that or he's popular, honestly, because, like, support, to tell you the truth, support's the best class because most endgame groups are support from Mastercraft.
Yeah, they run the offensive
Damage.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I always go for, like, the healers and
Yeah, because
tanks,
there's likely...
that's why.
Yeah. Then you see, that does make sense, because a lot of DPS are very selfish, so they would normally rather run an offensive set rather than some of the benefits the whole group and them.
Right.
That's fairly normal.
Well, I mean,
As
why
well.
pay, 5
Yeah, as well.
20 mil?
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing less damage.
Yeah.
What is it you're really giving the healer 2%?
Yeah,
outdoor
2%,
healer,
yeah,
2%
for each
damage
one.
reduction? Do they really need that?
That's it, yeah. Well, that's what I always used to argue, but back in the day, everyone wanted to try and run, like, all Mastercraft. That was kind of the...
Right.
But it makes... I mean,
it's fair.
Yeah, it is fair, because if they're running it, you should run it, but it's like... At the same time, there is one difference between support and DPS. It's like, as a support, I mean, not anymore, but as a support, you can't carry a group to a degree. Like, you need DPS to do damage.
Right.
You need them to do something. If you're on a tank and your healer and your tank are really good, but all your DPS do fuck all, you can't progress. It's, you know, and so that's the thing. So give it, and the thing is, having a DPS that is mediocre, but now can do more damage, that's the thing. If you give them any opportunity to do more damage, that's probably better they take it, because the amount of bad DPS you can find on that game is not fun. So and you know, before you could offset that with buffs from clerics back in the day, because even if you had a bad DPS, the buffs were so ridiculous and the debuffing was so ridiculous, you could get away with it because you could make any DPS do damage regardless of how shit they were. Yeah, but now you don't have none of that, so it's either your companion's doing all your damage for you or you fucking need to do damage. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean that could be another way, is that he's selling so much in quantity of all of those weapons, but that would mean that he must spend so much time farming those resources. Now that must be all he does. That must be all he does, or it's yeah, because if you're not making any money from the resources by buying them and then making the weapons and selling them at that price, then yeah, that's the only way. That sounds like a fun.
I mean, I don't think he's making any money, and if he is, it's not. I mean, if he is, it's just because.
Yeah, and he's based. Yeah. Yeah.
Or if he is, it's like like 100,000.
Yeah. But then the question is,
I mean, if he's selling,
but that's what I'm saying. If it's like, that's what I mean. It's like how many is he selling? Because the thing is it's, you know, but then I suppose if you introduce the failure rate into that, he fails a weapon a couple times. I mean, he's lost like a good portion of profit for like over half the day. It's, yeah. I think what's likely is he farms the materials and then he sells them so low, undercutting all you guys, because you guys will never go that low, and he knows that. So he just sells that low to get them gone immediately, and from that he just makes
take a little bit of profit.
Yeah, but because he sells in every category, no matter what class it'll be, anyone will snatch those weapons up for that low. So he'll just sell far more than all of you, and that's how he makes his profit.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just saying, like,
that's the only way I can see it. Yeah.
2 bars next to each other, and they're both like comparable on the other side. So, $5 a beer, and the other one's
Yeah.
$3 a beer. Which one's gonna have more business?
That's it. Yeah.
Selling it for $3 a beer.
Yeah, not unless the beer is, yeah, as long as the beer quality and all that's the same, yeah. Yeah.
Make more money in the long run.
Yeah, as long as they're all identical and stuff, yeah. Like, you know, the whole bar's identical and the beer's all the same quality and stuff, yeah. Yep. That's it, and that just means that might be his approach. But that would only work, as I say, if he's farming all the materials himself.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're making so little that you couldn't really do it.
I don't see how he's farming that much material, though. There's
no idea.
There's no way. There's really no way. I mean, think about it. It takes 12 of those fallen off and soul beads.
Yeah.
12 of those ore. And if you're getting one, if you're doing the first boss, right, it takes like roughly 10 minutes. You know, like it takes like 6 or 7. But, you know, when you leave, to put the make sure everybody's ready. It's about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in an hour, if he got one, every single time he could get 6 of that. So every 2 hours, he could make those beats. But you're not going to get one every run.
No.
You're lucky to get one, you know, like a couple a day. You know, like 5 of them, maybe 10 a day if you're running that much.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I just don't see how he could be farming that much.
Well, that leaves you with literally one option. Then that means that he's doing it purely out of altruism, and he is literally making them for nothing, but not really losing anything either, and just making the weapons to fuck people over. Which is that's pretty much your only other option, right? If you can't farm that many resources to make enough of a profit, then he would have, that's it. He's just making and screwing people over. Because eventually, most people will have those weapons if he keeps selling them like that. Then the masterwork thing will just drop off. Because theoretically, it's going to go into the same principle that this guy, that's why I thought as a very far out there thing would be that you do, would be literally that he's trying to push everyone out of mastercrafting. Because in theory, it takes him basically no effort to do that. Because if he basically just buys the materials, he takes minimal losses. And then he just posts the weapons and just doesn't make any profit from it, and takes minimal losses and just says, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna post these weapons. But then it's, like I said, it's a principle of why. Like, besides altruism, which, let's be honest, that's fucking rare. Most people do not do things just because, for no reason, just to help people out. There's usually some sort of vindictive thing behind it, where he's fucking... I've only ever met one altruistic person, and to be honest, I think they're fucking psycho. Because they literally these people, they sacrifice their own lives, and I watch this person, they put themselves in trouble, right, all the time, because they take on other people's issues 24/7. And then they get in trouble, and it's like, it's so, yeah, I've met one person like it, and everyone else is just the same, where there's some sort of reason behind it.
Right.
And so there has to be, yeah, he's got to be a reason. He must have got fucked over. It could just be that simple. He got fucked over by some mastercrafters. He got pushed out, and he said, you know what, fuck these guys. No one's making profit from this shit now. And he's just fucking going, and he's just going out of his way to fuck everyone over. But the only good thing for you, though, is that if you're not... The thing is the best thing really for you now is just get the resources, and instead of making the weapons, just sell the resources. I mean, you'll make less, but surely that'll be better for you than making the weapons and then trying to sell them on, because if he keeps doing this shit all throughout the time where these Mastercraft weapons are popular, right, you may end up not really making anything back from the weapons. But you're saying that with the resources, he's actually selling at the same value as what you might sell at, for example. So for you just to, because all you really need to do right now is get your money back, right? You just need to get your 20-something mil back that you put in. And then you're good.
Yeah, but I don't want to get it my farm because that's if I sell the resources,
right,
it's really not getting it back. I mean, I could.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like the reagents and stuff like that. If I do that.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean, because you know, but the issue is that you're in a position where if this guy's going to continue doing this, and if he is just buying the resources, you've got to pull something back. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's two ways to look at it. You could look at it and go, well, if I sell the resources raw, then I'm going to make back what I put in. But the issue is I would have made the money I put into it plus on the resources, because you'd have sold the weapons, which makes sense. The issue is that you run the... Well, I don't know how much of a risk it is, but there's a chance that obviously if this guy just continues fucking doing this, because you got to think a lot of these weapons that like Greg's told me about and stuff, these things are selling for quite a crazy number, most of them. And if he's doing it in a way where he's just buying the resources that you and other crafters may put up at times, and then just making the weapons, he can keep doing this infinitely. Because as the weapons come down in price, the resources will come down in price. He can just keep doing this shit infinitely. Because it's like, can you buy those God's Ores, I presume, right? Like, so you get them, you can farm them, and then so the issue is, right, so think about it, right? Say you want to make a weapon, you go farm the ore, right? If you wanted to do it all for, like you said, pure profit, which makes sense. The problem with him is that he's taking advantage of the fact that if there's 100 people farming that ore, for example, just as an example, and say like 80 of you put it up for sale, and you're in the other 20 that keep it to make weapons. He's got 80 people farming for him on ores, right, where it's just yourself. That's the thing.
Yeah,
and
but see, that's the thing. Like, I'm doing the math to see what it takes. Like, if you were to buy those.
Yeah. And that's what I'm curious. Yeah, do it. I mean, because I say I'm just presuming. Yeah. that, because there's going to be a reason behind it, and there's only a couple of reasons it can be. He's either making a profit somehow, or he's doing it because someone fucked him over and he's upset about it, and now he said, fuck you all, you're not making no profit. So it's going to be along those lines. It's not going to be anything more complicated than that, because there's no reason for it to be. There's nothing else left. It's going to be something along those lines. So the question is could he do that? Because the thing that I would say you need to look at is that you don't want to be like these other master crafters and be deluded by the fact that you can just put your weapons up and eventually they'll sell against this guy who's putting it up for a third of the price. It's just not realistic. No, and I think that's smart, not being deluded by that, because some people will do that. A lot of people might do that. So if you can... So... That's what I mean, yeah.
He doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Well, that means, yeah, see, if you can figure out the windows, yeah, if there's a downtime between that, it's either... The one thing you want to look at is if there's a downtime right now and he's got nothing up, and if he doesn't put anything up...
He's on right now.
He's on, but if he doesn't put anything up, then what you want to look at is the resources. Like, is there resources, for example, in the trade house that are either way too expensive that you need to make the weapons, or any of the weapons he makes, or is there not enough of it? Because if that's the case, then you can try and figure out how he's doing it. Because if he's buying it, and if that's feasible, I don't know if that's feasible, depending on the cost, you'd have to run the numbers and see. But the issue, that's the thing, if he actually does have downtime windows, you can just put your stuff up in those windows.
Right, yeah.
Once you figure that shit out, because this guy can only play so much. It's the only...
He's posting stuff right now.
Yeah.
He must have just logged on.
Yeah. That's the thing. The first thing I would try and figure out is whether this guy is buying this stuff to make the weapons, if that's feasible, or if he's farming it. Because if he's farming it, you know there's going to be a downtime where he has to farm for a while to get that.
Right.
Because even if
there's no possible way he can farm that many material,
and to get to for the frequency,
so much stuff posted,
yeah,
there's no way.
No, so the only realistic thing is that he's buying the resources, but then obviously you can run the numbers and see, well, is that feasible? Because the one thing you don't want to happen.
Yeah,
go on.
I mean that's the thing. Like I've been running the numbers, and some of the stuff he's selling is like just over what it would take to make it. But you know, so if he fails, on one of those things, then
that's what I was saying.
Like like 5 or 10 of them just to break even. You know,
yeah.
If you have to sell 5 or 10 to break even, if he fails one more time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
but then it's a situation.
The numbers,
yeah.
It just doesn't add up like to what he's doing. Like for example, those beads, he's selling them for less than what it takes to make them.
Right.
He's literally taking a loss on those.
But there's which is something going on though. That's the thing. There's something that he's doing.
There's no way he's farming that much unless he's found an exploit. That's
what I'm thinking. Yeah. Either there's an well, I think the most logical exploit would be one that allows you to guarantee the crafting process. But then I would argue that there's people that have been in master crafting so long, so unless that is an
even that, he couldn't farm it.
He wouldn't need to.
But then again,
he wouldn't need to if he can buy it, yeah. But then I look at it another way, yeah. But the issue is that you'd think that this guy, like, if that was something that was existing, old master crafters who've been doing it for a long time would likely be breaking that in for, like, there'd be way more cleric weapons, for example, because you would make them by guarantee. So that's the thing. Yeah, of course, because you can guarantee it. So that's likely not the case, but there could be some sort of exploit with the new materials of farming it potentially, or a way to potentially reset the boss without leaving, or doing some weird shit. It's all of it really is just clutching at straws, because none of it really makes sense unless he's doing it, like I said, altruistically, and he is literally just buying the resources as they go, which is the most likely thing. But then, like I say, if he fails once, he's really not going to get that money back. He is literally just going to hold that loss, which is weird, which is very fucking weird. Like, why would you even do that? That doesn't even really make sense.
put a set of the offhand for the Ranger up, and it takes about $1 million
Yeah.
after taxes. He's gonna make maybe 200,000 on that if he had to buy all the stuff.
Yeah. So potential, maybe that.
That's if he doesn't fail.
Yeah, so maybe the way that he does it, right? So maybe some of the items, right, he breaks even on, but there's a couple items that he can farm like that offhand that makes him a profit when he makes it, and that would offset the cost of him. That would offset the losses. So unless he gets really,
If he's
really
making enough
unlucky.
profit on something,
Yeah, so
I
like.
haven't seen anything that he's selling that's just profitable.
I mean, but define, that's the thing. Define as profitable because you have to. I mean, it's going to take a lot. It'll take a lot if you lost to recoup the losses. That's the only part about it that doesn't make sense. It's the fact that if he fails even once, most of the things he's buying are either breaking even or making maybe only 100, 200k post tax. So it's where does he recoup the losses, essentially. I mean, it's interesting because when someone's doing stuff like that, the first thing you might think is exploits because there has to be something that he's doing different to everyone else that allows him to sell that low. Because even altruistically, you just end up running out of money if you kept failing. Even if he was to say that he was doing it just purely out of altruism, it still wouldn't make sense. But that would leave you with literally no option. That would literally leave you in a situation where there's no reason, no way to even do it without just losing a bunch of money. And even then, that just doesn't make sense. I can see him doing it if he can do it without losing money. So unless he's found a way to do that, that's the only way I can see it making sense at all. Which is just odd.
I mean, there might be a way. I don't know. I don't have enough.
Yeah,
to test it out.
it might.
Take,
yeah.
Tens, 20 million, but the thing is, like, some of the artisans give like a 20% chance to receive double materials, and then you've got the potions that give you like a 30% chance to receive double material.
Right.
So if he's using those on the materials that you have to craft, because you can't receive double weapons.
Yeah, that's.
But like the material, if he's doing that with all the material that he crafts, then yeah, I could see. Making that way if he fails, that makes up for failures, and he's still making a little bit of profit on each.
That might be the way
I could see.
That might be the way that he does it, and it still works out for him because he's getting, even if he makes a small amount, he's selling so much more than every other master crafter. He's pretty much the only one selling right now because he undercuts everybody by so much. I mean, if you're taking a weapon at 9 million and selling it for a third of what it's worth, of course someone's going to buy that probably within 20 minutes, if that. As soon as someone searches that shit to want it and look at it and sees it, they are going to fucking buy that shit. That's just how it is. And that makes sense. But yeah, he would have to be making, unless he is just getting lucky like that. That's the only way though. Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah, this guy's strange, man.
Yeah, what I've been trying to do the past couple days is like find stuff that he's not crafting.
Yeah, to try and make some money on.
The weapons that he's not crafting and make money on it. Hasn't worked. I've only sold one set of weapons so far. Actually, not even a set. Just was it the fighter offhand? And I mean, I made a little bit on it, but I didn't sell it for as much as I wanted. I'm surprised Zen hasn't gone down further than that. It's like holding steady at 745.
Well, it's like Greg said, the Americans probably ain't on yet because it's still too early. A lot of them will still be at work. So and I think there's a lot of Americans on that game. So maybe like tonight it might drop further. And you got to think as well, not just tonight, but he was saying that might be up for a week. So if that pack stays through the weekend, when people just only have time to play at the weekend, there might be a lot of people that drop money at the weekend to buy that pack, and it might come down further. Okay.
But it could go the other way too. You know, everybody logs on and they see Zen's uncapped and they want to buy stuff. They post for Zen.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if they...
Cap again.
Yeah. But here's the problem. If you post for Zen and everyone's spending their Zen on those packs and no one has any Zen to sell them, the issue you're going to run into is that everyone's going to be desperate. They'll use real money to buy that pack. Because people are, you know, because from what you guys were explaining earlier, if a fucking neck piece is like 15 million and you're telling me that you can get it for maybe a couple mil, it might be bound, but realistically, you could look at it another way and go, well, if I can get the Zen for that, I can basically buy most of the collars that I need for my slots for the price of only one collar on the trade house. Do you know what I mean? They might all be bound, but yeah, it's nowhere near the cost.
Yeah, it's about half the price.
Is it about half? Like how much?
Well, for
how...
the cheapest one, I don't.
Well, I mean, yeah.
The most expensive one. What would that be?
I need time to do that.
It's like a third of the price of the most expensive collar on there.
That's what I mean. So if it's a third of the price, if you bought it, and you get to choose any collar you want, you get one and it's bound. But that means that even if you look at it as the cheapest, right? You buying 3 of those packs is equal to you doing one of the cheapest collars. I know they're bound, but at the end of the day, how often do you switch mythic collars around?
Right.
I presume not very often. Maybe not at all. I wouldn't like to say at all, but probably not very often. Right? And then Greg was saying there's some sort of something that you get either as a bonus or an achievement for having all the collars as well. So for having all mythic collars slotted, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, because I never got mythic collars. I only got up to all legendaries before I stopped playing, and that was a very long time ago. When legendaries were basically the same price as what the mythics are now. So yeah. But they were very new then. The mythic collars were fucking very, very fresh though. But yeah, either way. But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean the likelihood. I mean the fact that it's uncapped though is a step in. Well, depends. I say it's a step. It really depends on what they do.
For the players, some of the players.
That.
The players, the new players,
Yeah.
Step in the right direction.
Yeah.
For the
Well,
end game players,
no.
money, it's stepping on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The game itself, the manufacturer.
Yeah, it's in the wrong direction. Exactly.
Yeah.
But then it's like that's the thing. It's like, it depends on what their goal is. I mean, it depends if they're trying to pull new players in, because if you're trying to pull new players in, having an uncapped market for Zen, that's perfect because it stops people from getting stuck behind these walls where they can't progress anymore. But it depends on what they're trying to achieve. That's the thing. It's really a situation of as those players convert to endgame players, do they really put any money into the game? That's the problem. Because I'm guessing that a lot of the newer players are ones that probably put money in to begin with. Because I can't see a veteran player who knows how to make Astral Diamonds turning around and putting money on the game very often.
Just depends on the person.
It does. It does depend on the person. Yeah.
It depends on what their personal life, like what they do for work.
It does. That's true.
How much time they have to play the game. If they only have an hour or 2.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like somebody that might play on the weekend.
Yeah, but just weekend players. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a couple hours. Most of those people are probably spend money.
Yeah.
Versus everyday players are less likely to spend money.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Millions of dollars in long hairs, and they're like, I'll just buy it.
True.
Like,
Although,
I don't know if you were around, if you remember.
yeah, I know about. I know about him, but yeah.
He had a ton of money, and if he wanted something, he'd just buy it.
Yeah.
Like when we were doing the, what were they? The hunts out in Avernus or whatever for the ribcage. We were trying to get his ribcage, and I was selling that for like, I think it was like 6 mil or something like that. And he knew I had the hunt for it. He was like, "Hey DJ, what do you want for that?" And I was like, "Man, like, if it wasn't all mine,
Yeah, yeah. He farmed it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't on at the time, and I was like, dude, I hate to charge you, you know, full price for this, but I can't go below 6 mil without talking to Steve. I was like, if you wait till later, you know, until I can get a hold of him and talk to him, I might be able to make a deal with you. But if you want it right now, it's going to be 6 mil. And he was like, all right. He's like, give me 1 second. You could hear him. He's like, all right, I'm going to buy this Zen, sell this Zen.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your coal moats. Whatever he traded me for it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, he had every single tune with all mythic enchants, he had weapon armor enchants, all of them had everything. He had every tune with everything. He had 2 accounts like that too, because it was him and his son.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. I mean, the only other people, there's not many people like that. There's Snacks comes to mind. Because I know Snacks was just the same as that. He had like $80,000 worth of a bank. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, but why though? But why though?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, just, but why? You know? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, Neverwinter has good points and it seems like it has been getting better. But, you know, there's other games where that money could take you further with a bigger player base than just Neverwinter. There's other games. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, no, there's not. No, that's true. That's true. No, there's not. Neverwinter's the best. I mean, I don't think Neverwinter's a bad game. I just wish that they never took that half of the team and put it on Magic the Gathering. If they hadn't have done that,
right.
That game, because that game wouldn't have downsized. They wouldn't need to have downsized it and made everything a bit more of a shortcut and smaller. I mean, I get why they did it. They just simply couldn't sustain the game. MMOs just take a fuck ton of work. It doesn't matter even the size. Yeah. And Neverwinter's a small MMO in comparison to some. And even that, it just takes so much work. It takes so much work. There's so many bugs, and the thing is there were so many bugs even with the good combat system. I get it, why they downsized. It makes sense. It's just a shame that they had to. And they didn't get to decide that either, obviously. Cryptic's the one that said, no, you can't work on this. You've got to go work on Magic the Gathering now. You know, it's not like they got a choice. They basically had to go and work on Magic the Gathering. They didn't get a choice in it. And that's the thing. I feel like Neverwinter would have made them... Well, I don't know which one of them makes more. I mean, I probably suspect Magic the Gathering makes a lot. I don't know if it makes more than Neverwinter, though. I mean, that would be really hard to say. Because I think Neverwinter makes a good amount. But Magic...
I can't believe people play Magic the Gathering on...
Yeah, I know. It's just a card game. It's just a card game.
It's a card.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the card game is, like, you actually get the physical card. It's an experience. You know what I mean? Like, you get the physical card. You go to these events and you have competitions, you know, and you go...
Yeah, well, that's it. See,
like
Neverwinter's just like a shadow of Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like,
with
Magic the Gathering...
I don't
understand why people would play that on a console or the PC.
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like with Hearthstone, which is like Blizzard's version of like, you know, Dungeons Monsters. It's basically like World of Warcraft, but a card game that made so much money. I mean, it's slowed down, I think, now, but it was making a ridiculous... It was actually their most popular game at one time, that Hearthstone, and that's basically a similar thing to Magic the Gathering. It's just a card game, an online card game. It's not even like you do it physically. There was even professional Hearthstone tournaments that you can go and look up. And there's literally 2 guys sitting on a PC playing a card game. And it has a massive prize pool and everything. You wouldn't believe that there's people who would sit there and do that. But there is quite a lot, actually, which is crazy.
Right.
And that's why knowing that, I'm not sure if Magic the Gathering makes more than Neverwinter. Because I know Neverwinter can pull a lot of money, but I don't know if it makes more than Magic the Gathering, just because Magic the Gathering has a bigger following than Neverwinter does. Right. So I'm not sure. But either way, I still feel like there was a chance that if they'd have left the team on Neverwinter would have made more money overall. That I feel like there's a chance, because I would have hated to think how much money Neverwinter was making back when they had 1 million people just on Xbox alone. Because you could buy Zen back then as well. I'd hate to think that, and I know most people probably didn't buy Zen, but when you have 1 million people that even a small percentage of that buying Zen is so
Even
ridiculous.
1%.
Yeah,
You know,
even 1%.
10,000 people.
Yeah, it would.
10,000
Yeah,
people paying, you know, $200.
exactly. You know, it adds up. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it fucking adds up. That's the thing. Exactly, and that's where I don't get it with the logic. I mean, and I know it's bad because ESO just did the same thing as Neverwinter. They took half their team off that game and started building a new MMO, just like Neverwinter did, and that game is now riddled with bugs, or it was. I mean, they might have patched it up a bit, but before I stopped playing it, when I heard they did that, because I played Neverwinter long enough, I know the decline. When you take half an MMO team away, and ESO is a lot bigger than Neverwinter, but it still works in the same principle. It's a bigger game, but they've got a lot bigger of a team as well. And so when you take half that away, that game doesn't function properly. It doesn't have enough people working on it. And the same thing's going to happen to that game as it happened to Neverwinter. It's so annoying. Because they have a really good game that people want to play, and then they go, you know what's a good idea? Let's just fucking strip half the players from it, or half the team off of it. And I'm sure it'll still function.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't
that's
work
where they
properly.
actually went wrong, is like
Yeah.
banning everybody. You know, and like,
Well, I don't. Yeah,
pissing
when they
people off by constantly
when they did
nerfing
that,
tunes instead of buffing the
yeah,
other one.
that's another problem. Yeah, the one thing people don't like is constant nerfs. Like constant nerfs to
Yeah.
classes. That's the one thing people
Yeah, the
hate.
way-
Is all nerfs.
Yeah, the way that I explain it to people is like, you know, you have like 3 babies, all right, and you give like a popsicle to one of them, and the other 2 are gonna cry. Or no, I'm sorry. Like all 3 of them have popsicles. I'm sorry. If you take one away
I need time.
from one
Yeah.
of them, that kid's gonna cry. You know, whereas if one kid has a popsicle and the other 2 don't, you give the other 2 a popsicle and they're all happy. You know, it's the same concept. You know, it's like you've got all these tunes, and like, for example, the Trickster Rogue there for a long time was best in slot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? All they had to do was buff the other classes to match the Trickster Rogue.
I think
instead
the
of nerfing
issue-
the
yeah.
Trickster Rogue.
Yeah, exactly. I think the issue that comes from that is power creep. Because you keep buffing and buffing and buffing. This is where the issue divides, because you have to nerf classes eventually. Because what happens is you end up with shit like Diablo, where you get power creep on all the classes and most of them are hitting Petrolians. But the thing with Neverwinter...
Always buff the enemy.
Yeah, you could. You could buff the enemies. And I mean, and to be honest, normally I'd say, well, that just is a big cycle and people wouldn't like that. But the thing is, they do that anyway. Because in every so often, they'll bring out a bunch of new gear, a bunch of new enchantments, and it'll reset you back to 0 and you have to build your class up again. Neverwinter's done that multiple times already. They do it all the time. The thing is, what the problem is them doing that, it's just, they shouldn't really have a class that's supersedes every other class to begin with, because the problem with Neverwinter, unlike other games, is it's not a 5-minute job to build your class, especially if you have no money. So if you build your class up, you spend all this fucking time doing all this work, right? You get a class you really like, you really love playing, and then boom, they nerf it, and now all the stuff that you just spent all this money on is worthless. You can't sell it because no one wants to use it because it sucks, and the class doesn't do any damage anymore after all that time you put in. It's like, why would anyone enjoy that? Because you've just spent so much money on it. I mean, it's not so bad if you've got hundreds of millions and you can just throw money at another class. You can build your class up pretty quick. But if you don't have that type of money, like most of the Neverwinter players don't have the type of money that you guys get. Like, they have maybe 1 or 2 million. The average player, at least from what the statistics used to say, there was only about a mil or 2 between each player overall of everyone. That's all they have on average.
More time.
So you guys having as much money as you do is a very rare exception still. Like, you guys make far more than the average players who just casually play the game. And that's the thing. It's like, when you take that into account and you think, oh, well, what if their class gets nerfed? Like you said, the rogue was really good. So what if a guy builds his class up, he has like a couple mil, maybe he has even 5 mil, or even 10 mil, and then it's like, oh, now you've got to go build a wizard because the wizard's best. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. Like, this guy has like 5 or 10 million, want to build a whole new class that's now stronger than everything, or stronger than most of the classes. It's tough, and no one's going to enjoy doing that. Because how do you even build from that? It's because you can't run the content you was running because your class doesn't do no damage no more. But yeah, that's a lot of the problem with nerfing classes and having one that's miles stronger than everything. But the thing is, that's only on the player side though. On the like company side, that's the best thing they can do. because obviously they make a class and they say, well, we've made this class shit now, so now you need this class because it's better.
More time.
Well, the only way for them to get that is to spend money on the game, like real money, because they don't have the astral diamonds to make a whole new class. So now they make money from that. So for them, it actually works out really well, but not so much for the players. But then it's a question of, do you want to keep fucking your players over by, like you say, banning them and doing nerfs and stuff? Because that Barovia ban that they did, that was one of the biggest mistakes in my opinion. That was the Barovia ban, and then also the one they did with those boxes out. I get why they banned those accounts, but the thing that didn't make any sense to me in that situation is there was a lot of accounts that didn't get banned that did the same amount of boxes as, say, what Greg did, for example. See, if they had banned everyone who did it, that would make sense. But the issue is that that would ban most of your players. So they left some, which is, you know, you could argue, but then it's like, well, what's the point of banning anyone then? If you banned only a few, what was the point of banning anyone to begin with? It's just so weird. And the Barovia ban was the worst one though, because that banned all the players. That everyone who got banned in that didn't even really make that much money off it, because the guys who made the money from selling the posters in Barovia, because that's why they made the money, they duplicated the posters and sold the posters, not the rewards they got. And those guys didn't get banned because and they didn't even get their money taken away because they couldn't track it, because they said legitimate players had bought it with their astral diamonds. So the people who actually broke the game and made the most didn't get banned at all. And the only people who got banned was everyone else who did like a tiny bit of farming. Which is just, you know, that's the problem. And they fucked up so bad. I remember when that shit happened, because I got banned slightly late and I saw how every single guild was empty. Every guild was empty. In all the alliances, just completely fucking empty. Now, I did get banned for that shit, but I didn't get banned at the same time as everyone else. I got banned a couple of days after. I guess they were just going through the players. And yeah, you saw that shit with the guilds completely empty. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, this last game they did with Oxlot.
Yeah.
A lot of people. You know,
Well,
like
yeah, exactly.
A lot of game players out there.
For that, yeah.
And then what do all their friends do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Well, especially with the game is, yeah. Well, the thing is with the way the game is right now, I know Dolo says there's like fucking, oh, you can go and find groups, but I know the reality in that game that it's really hard to find a very high quality group that doesn't run privately. It's hard to find a high tier group. I mean, you fucking run that shit all day long. You know how bad those groups can be. Like, you've done that shit. I've heard you in parties, like how bad a lot of those groups you get into can be. Yeah, yeah. You could find people. Yeah. And the problem is there was a lot of people, like you said, with the endgame players. They were running in private groups because a lot of like really endgame players like to do that, which is understandable. But the thing is, like you say, if two of those guys in that group get banned, or one of those guys got banned, well, what do the other guys do? Do they find someone else, or if they're friends, do they just stop playing? Well, a lot of those guys, like you said, they just stopped playing. They were just like, well, fuck it then. I'm just, you know, that guy's been banned. I'm just not going to play. Which is really bad for the game, because now it's like you can't go and find a group of your own. Like, the only reason you guys are successful as you are with those dungeons is because you have a private group that you run in. If you take that away and you was all running solo, I don't doubt you guys could probably still do it. I don't think there's any issue there. But I do think it would be a lot harder, and I think it would take a lot of luck for you to be able to find a group that could do that successfully without a lot of pain. And that's the thing. And it really comes, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, Dolo proved my fucking point the other night anyway, because he sat 2 hours, he sat in a queue for an hour as a DPS, which DPS queues are always long because everyone's a fucking DPS. But he sat in a queue for an hour, then after that queue for an hour, he got into a group that was so bad they couldn't even do the first boss of his dungeon. Then he sat in a queue for another hour, and that's when I got off at that point. So he'd spent 2 hours just sitting in a queue, basically doing very little, and he still didn't get it done. No, there's not. No, most people are DPS. They were when I was playing originally, and when I came back and quit again. They always are. DPS is the most popular role. It is on almost any game.
Yeah.
It's rarer to find tanks, but it's just as bad to find heroes. Like,
Well,
almost.
well, from what
Especially
Greg,
at
well,
nighttime.
well, from what Greg's told me, it's not just bad to find healers, but another thing with healers and the same with tanks is finding someone who
It's another
even
thing
knows how to
finding
play the
good.
role. Yeah, not even just good,
Yeah.
but the amount of times where you guys have complained that you've got a tank and a healer, but they have no idea how to use their class. Like I remember there was a point where
Honestly,
you guys were doing
That's all I
dragons.
run.
Go on, DJ.
If the developers wanted to be smart, they'd make it to where when you started this game, you had to play a tank or a healer.
Yeah,
to
and then
get to a certain level or progress to a
remember.
certain item level or something.
I mean, like I
because,
said,
because it
Yeah.
would do two things. It would not
Yeah.
only create, you know, more tanks and healers in the game to fill those queues,
Yeah.
but it would also give those people an insight on what it takes.
I agree.
Like,
There's, yeah.
what the tanks and healers actually have to do and have to
Yeah, the problem with people, yeah, they're volatile.
Some AOs.
what
There
the
is,
DPS
there is. Yeah, the DPS just don't get it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, some do, but a lot of them don't. But the issue is that the problem is the reason why that'd never work is, even though I think it's a great fucking idea, is because people are volatile. If they go onto a game brand new and they go, "Well, I can't play DPS right now," I'm quitting. They'll just stop playing. People don't think things through. They won't sit there and go, you know what, I want to learn what a tank and a healer's like, unless they like tank and healer. They'll just go, this game's shit, I can't even play DPS, I'm leaving. That's what people do, they're impulsive. And that's the thing, that's why games give you the choices at the start of being able to pick a DPS, but then it creates not only someone with a fat fucking ego, because apparently all DPS just have the biggest fucking egos I've ever seen, and that doesn't seem to have changed. But on top of that, they have no idea. They have no idea what their tank and healer goes through.
I've been seeing some
Well, I remember. Well, it was a little way back, but when like they were all doing dragons, like DJ, Greg, and all that. The amount of times those guys would get into runs and they would say that their healer literally doesn't heal. Like he actually doesn't even use healing skills. I heard that shit way too many times, bro. And I was like, how the fuck do you have a healer class that doesn't, and the guy's not running any healing skills? Like, not even healing word. Not even healing word. It's not that, it's like there's certain skills you have to run as a healer. Like, these guys weren't even running healing word.
That's retarded. Yeah, you need.
That does happen. And what has happened, I don't know about now, but that did happen when when they were doing dragons in random groups, just random people. And that shows right there that, like DJ said, it's like there's no one who's actually learning even the basics of a support class, not even the skills to run. That's the issue.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of people
It's just
that
gotta
want
work.
to try to cross class.
You say DJ cross class,
Yeah, like play
a DPS like heal, yeah.
healer with damaging
Well, that's one of the biggest. Yeah, well, that's the
or
thing. Yeah.
on a ranger tank, you know.
Oh, don't even. That's like fucking mystery. Oh, fucking mystery. With his healer hunter.
That you can't heal.
No, fuck.
Like, I got a
No.
buddy that likes that.
Yeah.
He's played this game before me, and he's always good shit. And I feel bad because he's actually a good friend of mine. You know, and I've tried to help him out when I was playing my hunting.
Yeah.
And the Warden was like the best path. You know, I gave him that build and everything, and then you'd see him out in the open world shooting his bow and shit. And it's like, dude, the Warden is just all melee. You know, and I've told him I don't know how many times how to run it, and he would always tell me, he's like, oh, he's
Yeah.
like, I play a Hunter Ranger as a range game to shoot my bow.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and I'm like, well, this isn't
Yeah.
play with other people, and if you like play your role and do your job, people aren't gonna want to run with you.
Yeah.
You get hit.
Well, that was like Miser. Miser used to play like that back in the day. Yep. When Miser fucking played, he would play a Warlock, and the Warlock was still a strong class, and it wasn't as good as it was because it had just been nerfed off of the Soul Prophet broken shit where it did all its damage. But Miser was playing them with the Soul Prophet where it would one-shot stuff, and he would go, nope, I'm not running this. Greg would try and tell him, he'd be like, bro, you just need to run. He's like, nope, I want my army. That's all he used to say. And all he would do is buy every artifact that he has on his class, every piece of gear. If it would summon something, that's what he would use. He had a fucking army of things following him. He literally, but he did no damage. He did no fucking damage. But he had an army of stuff that would follow him around. Yeah, and literally that's all he would do. He was exactly the same as that guy Sean there. He would just, all he wanted to do was play the class out. He wanted to play it, not a meta build. Maybe Sean was better because Miser's build didn't do no damage at all. Because it was literally...
Oh, no, it was Sean's.
It did, because I mean, this dude was literally running just minions. He just wanted a minion, basically a minion build. That was the way he wanted to play.
More damage than my buddies.
Maybe. I mean, it did a little bit, but it's like over what you would consider damage. It did not do no damage. No. But he wanted to run that. That was it, and that was the end of it. Oh, well, it's his class. He's playing the game how he wants to. We still ran with him. I could carry him through shit because the cleric was there, and I could do a lot of damage anyway. But there was a point where I didn't have my weapon fighter when I was still testing with the rogue, and my rogue was fucking horrendously shit. That shit was doing that shit healed the enemy when I hit them bitches. That's how, and it wasn't because the rogue was bad. I was just shit at it. I just didn't have the right build. I didn't understand how the class worked. I was just bad at it. And the thing is, it's and that's the thing. And he was playing then. So there was a couple of runs where you got fucking Greg on his tank, because Greg only played tank then. I'm on a fucking negative DPS rogue, and you got Miser over there with his fucking minion build. We're fucking trying to do a Lost Mouth. We're fucking 45 hours into a Lost Mouth, bro, and we're still at the first fucking boss. It's like, because we got no damage. Greg's sitting there, he's tanking, he's a Guardian fighter, so he has no issues. And it's like, but we're just sitting there, none of us do no damage, and that's when I just fucking gave up with that class and when I made a weapon fighter after that. But yeah, there was times where that's been painful, some of those runs. That's how it goes though, man. Yeah, Miser was exactly the same fucking way.
Did you just say 45 fucking
I was exaggerating. But we did genuinely, well, I was exaggerating for effect, yeah, not literally 45 hours. But we were there for quite a long time. No, not that long, no. I'm exaggerating. But it was a long time for a dungeon. It's kind of like when you join one of those runs randomly and they've been in there at the last boss for like 6 hours. Kind of like that, but we're at the first boss. It's the same principle.
I was doing dragons the other day, right? And this is on the topic of the game being dead. So the queues, like I'm queuing up as a healer, so there should be no problem. It should be Q pop, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with like the tank, you would think.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't been that way. And the other day, there was Q pop. I've been trying. I ended up taking
Yeah. Yeah, I know how bad the healer is when it comes to finding queues, because I've heard Greg complain about it, like how long he sits in queues for as a healer. And bear in mind, I mean, I don't know the numbers for Neverwinter because every game's different, but most of the time the games usually go about 90% DPS and the last 10% is split between healer and tank. That's normally how games go. Neverwinter may be different. There may be more because you can make multiple classes and you're encouraged to make more than one class. So that might be a bit higher. But normally it's always a majority DPS. At their minimum, I reckon 70% of that game is all DPS. And the rest might be supports and people who have made multiple classes.
I think all the good ones.
Oh no, I'm just talking in general supports. Yeah, I'm not talking good tank because that's very subjective, right? Like what you define as a good tank, because there's no such thing as a good. It's relative, isn't it? Depending on what group you run with.
Tank is DJ.
I need more time.
Wait, what?
I said you're a good one.
Oh, I have one. Yeah, I've got different loadouts.
But it's like that's the thing. The thing is.
Yeah, I know what loadout I can run in what dungeon. Like if I want to run DPS, I know what dungeons I can run that in.
I'm really
You can't really do it on a healer though. That's the thing with the tank though, because like, so the healer is already almost set up like a DPS where you've got your power, crit strike, capped.
Yeah.
You know, and then all you really need to go for besides that is combat advantage. But the thing is, with a healer, you still have to do your job and heal people.
I'm just basically going through doing Renown right now.
I have no time to take off like people's HP.
I'm probably going to try and do maybe one, maybe two more. I might maybe one more, and then I'll stop there. And then when I come back, I'll have revamped my build a bit.
Companion.
I'll be honest
Well,
with you
yeah,
though.
yeah,
I
you
think
can
it's
put
pretty.
on
I think it's going to be
sure.
similar because I'm already running the bone graft one here, and I'm honestly thinking that even Rob will likely just take this one.
But like, so
So where is it?
I was
This one.
talking to Greg about
Consume
it,
5
he was
corpses,
thinking about
40%
it.
increased damage for
And
6
it's like,
seconds.
you pretty much have to keep
Because
healing
you're getting
yourself,
damage to elites, intelligence
right?
Yeah,
And you
bonuses,
have to
stuff
keep-
like that.
you have to
Lucky
keep-
hit.
That's the group heal.
So maybe not. Maybe
Yeah,
you run
so
something else and then
doesn't
run that,
take,
but you will be
you know,
running
so
that
it lasts
because you're
for, like,
consuming
80
corpses
seconds,
automatically.
and
So
heals
so when
every
you're in a
second for 2
big
seconds.
group or you spawn a lot of
And
corpses, you are going to get a random 40%
so
flat
you
buff.
basically-
So
you wanna- you
it's
can't
likely
take
going to be that
one.
board next, but
And then you want
we'll
at
see.
least either Bastion. That's probably the only.
But I'm not
other
going to do
thing
it myself
you
because
want.
I
You
honestly
could
don't know
do
what I'm doing, and I'm
intercession,
saying
but
that
then
outright. So I'm not going to just fucking guess.
You only have.
There's no point. I'll just
like,
watch
one
Rob's build because
heal,
Rob's
well,
insane.
that's
So
off cooldown.
if Rob has a
Bastion
build, I'd
is
rather
divinity.
just follow that with a few
And then for
tweaks because
damaging power,
he will
you
likely
don't
have
need
the
to use
strongest
some
build.
divinity
Or one
base
of the
because
strongest
you're using
builds.
your
Strongest
divinity
versions of
for
this, yeah.
heals. So you have to use something that's going to go on cooldown,
Yeah.
and the only thing I think you
Hey,
can
buddies.
use is like either to use your sunburst. You don't want to use sunburst because that pushes shit away. You could use these, but how much damage is that one encounter really going to do? You know, whereas like the paladin, the thing is like I can use Relentless Avenger. That doesn't light damage, for AOE Templar Wrath, that doesn't also reduce threat damage. So you're doing your job as your role as a tank.
Yeah, so it's not really.
The only thing with a tank that you have to give up all the defensive stats and go all offense. So you can't take a hit. You gotta be careful on what combos you actually run like that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's the only reason why I can do damage on my tank because it's all through my talent. My daily, you know, and everything, you know,
I can see why you
set it up. Right.
I mean, you know, I've been here Greg's been here but I don't know. I gotta probably. I think I started with the glyph, right? Yeah. I think I was
need
wrong.
more time.
Tab was still playing, right, Tab?
yeah, you used to run a Great Weapon Fire. That was your main for a while.
Yeah. I finally got the damage down.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'll be honest. From what I know, that weapon fight is still really good now. It's just really hard to use. That Clouds guy does a lot of damage. No, before I quit, that Clouds guy was still one of the strongest weapon fires on that game. That was the second time I quit. He wasn't playing the first time I quit. I mean, Greg says it is the original guy because there was a guy in mod 6 who was called Clouds. I don't think it is the original guy, but it could be. Clouds may be the strongest weapon fighter on that game right now. That's just a complete guess though. Either he's the guy that seems to come up the most. He might be the strongest guy left on there. But that could be completely wrong, so I wouldn't take my word for it. But it just, yeah. He's the guy that seems to come up with the guy who can keep up with most of the other DPS, like wizards and shit, on a weapon fire.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know how far that damage goes, so. Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's top tier. As long as somebody knows how to use that. Yeah. You know how to run it.
Yeah.
Depends on the content.
It does, yeah, it does as well. There are, because now they've started making it so it's like certain classes can't do good melee damage. Like, isn't that Master Temple of the Spider one of those examples where there's certain places where melee damage isn't very good? And it's more like Warlock and like range and wizard damage, yeah.
Range,
Yeah, that's just better. See, that never used to be a thing, right? It used to be that they used to design it so all DPS can do their types of damage. It ain't like that no more. I mean, it's like with the legendary, no, go on.
I think it's good like this, just because like it'll make people want to play different classes.
Yeah, it makes them play.
Say you have a
Yeah.
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 You know, they're not going to keep up with I mean, it might.
Well, it depends. Like, well, it's a situation of yeah, you're having to put so much more effort in as a melee class, and you're getting probably less out, right? So.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Entice the people to make a different class.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the game's gonna make them money.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it does make sense. And I
Yeah.
actually, I like it like that. You know, like certain.
Oh yeah, it's going well. Thanks for the
like
follow.
that.
Just running some done. We're just trying to build up some renown right now before I call the stream soon.
You know, you go into a fight, some fights, you
Yeah.
can't do on certain classes.
Well, for the I
Well, it
feel
makes sense in
yeah,
that
I
aspect.
feel like for the game that's good. I don't feel like it's better for the players though, like
No,
because.
yeah.
For the game, it's good because it, like you say, it makes people want to switch classes because this is doing far more, and that makes them spend money. But the thing is there's also kind of a concept that if you make a class and you put all your money into that, you should be
Right.
allowed to compete with other classes in that content. I know what you mean, and to some degree, for the game, it's always better. But that's the thing is sometimes what's better for the game isn't always, most of the time. What's better for the company to make money ain't going to be better for the players, and that's the trade-off you make. I mean, it's like when that road was really overpowered, there were certain weapons that would come out, the new weapons that weren't good on the weapon fighter, but were good at the road. Because there were ones that made it so you had to have so much stamina, for example. Well, on other classes that don't rely on sprinting around, that's great. But on a weapon fighter where you're fucking sprinting everywhere, you can't use those weapons. Now, I don't know, like, for me personally, I don't agree with that on the player side. But yeah, as a company thing, but encouraging people to switch classes and make new ones is better for them. They'll make more money. And in a way, if you're dedicated to Neverwinter, that's better for you anyway,
If you
because
like the game, you're
yeah,
gonna enjoy
'cause-
it.
well, it's not
You're
just
gonna
that,
get
but you need it.
enjoyment out of making that too.
It's not even that.
It's
You
a
need it.
Satisfaction.
You need it because here's the thing: is if they didn't do stuff like that, Neverwinter would have shut down a long time ago. A long time ago. Like the reason
Yeah,
why
you
that
get a
game's
game
running.
and you get stale.
Yeah, the reason why that game's still running now is because they have found ways to make it so that you know that they can make money from the game to keep those servers running, because administration costs are expensive for a game that size, and if they weren't doing sleazy tactics to get money out of players, that game would have shut down. So if you're someone who genuinely enjoys playing Neverwinter, you kind of need to be on the side of the company itself. Like, you don't want to be on the side of it if they're got fucking hundreds of thousands of players and millions of players, but when you're like Neverwinter where you're making money, but then, you know, the servers ain't the fucking best on that game. Like, they're not bad, but they're not the best. And I mean, if they were making so much money to the point of where they could put money back into the game, they'd have better servers. I mean, I don't think it's their choice. The devs don't get to choose where that money goes. Like, they make the choices on the development and the directors, but they don't get to choose what money goes back into that game. That's up to Cryptic.
Right.
So if they, and that's what I think the problem with Neverwinter is. It's a good. It could have been much better, but all they did was pull all the money off that game and fund their shitty failed projects that never worked. If they'd have put that money back into the game, it would have made more.
I need more time.
But it's like they don't want to put money more. They don't want to put the money back in. I don't know why though, because it was doing so well. There was a point where it was just doing really well. It is all that decision confuses me, because a game like that had more potential for the amount that they could make off of it than I think any of those projects that they were working on. But it is what it is. But yeah, if you're like someone like you play Neverwinter. Really, all you play is Neverwinter. I don't even know if you even play another game besides Neverwinter.
Great.
No.
I used to.
So like,
I
yeah.
play shooter games
Well,
anymore.
right now for you really want to be on the side of the company because you want them to make as much money as
Right,
possible, because that will improve your player experience, or at least it should. At a bare minimum, it's going to keep the game open for you to play that. That's the thing. So that's where the kind of disconnect comes in, because someone like you want them to make more money so that your game stays open, you have something to play, you have something that you enjoy playing. But for like newer players though, they're not going to be thinking like that. They want to be on the side of the players because they want the best experience, and that's where some of the disconnect comes in. But either way, I mean, I do think that it's good what they do with their sleazy tactics, and it's very rare you'll find a game where that's really valid to say. But if they didn't do that, that game would have shut down a long time ago. I don't think there's any doubt about that. If they weren't doing what they were doing to make money, that game would be gone by now. And that's just pretty much the reality of it. So I don't think it's so bad, like the way they do stuff. Because they're good at making money. I'll give them that. They're good at pulling money out of players. Like, I can't really deny that shit.
Yeah, no, like, I'm on the side of the company. Like, I don't care that they have to make money. I actually haven't spent money on this game since Undermountain came out. That was like, what, 2018, 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
I actually had 3 accounts going at one time, and all
Damn,
of them,
man.
well, 2 of them were endgame.
Yeah.
And then one of them,
cannot do
I was
that
able to run endgame content, but it wasn't technically an endgame account. I just made a tank on there and threw over some stuff to where I had high enough item level and I could just get in, and I was strong enough
Yeah.
to tank it, but I wouldn't consider that endgame. But I had literally 2 endgame accounts with everything. You know, all of them, like both of them had their own enchants, their own set of insignias, their own collars, everything. You know, and I did all that just from flipping Zen. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at the company for having to make money and doing sleazy tactics. What I'm mad about is them banning people for stupid shit. You know, like that Knox box thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that it's not right for those people to do, you know what I mean, and they shouldn't just let them get away with it, but all they had to do, because those boxes were only up there for about like a half hour or an hour or something like that,
Yeah.
and then they patched it. All right, all they had to do was just roll everybody's account back an hour, every single player. It'd be really easy for them to do. You know what I'm saying? They could do it with a click of a couple buttons, and this whole game would be reset back to yesterday. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
they,
Like, whatever.
yeah, I know
And
what, they do have
it
one,
might have pissed a couple people off because they might
Yeah.
have sold something and then they log back in and it didn't sell. Their, you know, their 80's gone, their items back up on the auction house. Boo-hoo. If the person bought it then, they're gonna buy it again.
yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
fair.
saying? So, like,
I don't disagree.
I feel
There,
like a rollback would
Yeah.
probably be cause
There's one,
on items.
there's only
well,
one,
some items would, yeah, like what I'm saying,
I
a
cannot do
rollback
that.
in like an hour. So I don't know if you know what happened with the Knox box thing, but
Yeah.
basically, you know how you can claim, you know, like sometimes they give you like a free item. They had a Knox box in there, and for the first like half hour or hour that it was on there, you could just unlimited claim it, and those boxes would just go into your inventory. You were only supposed to claim one. It was only supposed to be good for one, but for that first like half hour or whatever, you can claim unlimited. And they did temporary bans to certain people, and they did permanent bans to other people. And but the thing is like that was only on there for like, you know, an hour. So all they would have had to do was roll the game back to before they put it
That's
back
really
on, 'cause that was on,
unfortunate,
like, a
'cause we
Tuesday
got-
when they take the servers
the thing
down.
is it's unfortunate because it has bone skill damage and it has fucking reduction.
People that logged on,
We
were
can't
able
get
to-
max health roll.
were able to get them. And
I don't know if we
half
need
of those
max health
people
though.
got permabanned for it.
Eh,
You know, where it was
I
the
might
home
keep
game's
it and
fault.
just get rid of the
You know,
max
they put
health.
'em
I
on
don't
there,
know.
They didn't test it.
I'll keep it in the bank for now.
To see if you could reclaim them over and over again.
I mean, it's one
And
extra
then
rank to
people
Bone
reclaimed
Spear.
them
It's
over
not
and
as much
over
as we
again,
want. We want
and
4
they
out of
got
4.
banned for it.
We want 4 out
In
of
my
4,
opinion,
but
that's wrong.
3 out of 4
You
is
know,
better
they
than
could've
4. Is better than
rolled
what we had.
everybody's
So
account back,
now we have
every
lucky hit
single
chance
person.
60%.
You know, like you or I, if you
So
would've
we,
logged on
you know, not as
and
good, but
you
still.
would've ran a dungeon and you would have received an item, yeah, that item's gone. You know, that might piss you off, but you still have your account. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, shit happens. They could have done like a make good. I don't know if you were around for that. Like, what was it, like 6 months, maybe a year ago? They screwed up on something and they sent everybody in their mailbox like a week's worth of keys, enchanted keys.
Let's crack fucking
And,
some of
it
these
was-
open
or no,
then
it was
before
7
I'm done.
days VIP, and I think it was like 4 enchanted keys or something like that. They could have did something like that. They could have rolled the
There we
game
go.
back an hour.
I'm pulling
said it.
6 keys a day right now because of that.
Right? Yeah.
Nope,
They
we
gave-
didn't get one.
They gave
Feels
me
bad.
37 days worth of VIP.
Okay. But yeah, like they could have done something like that. They could have rolled the game back, it would have got rid of all the Knox boxes from everybody's inventory.
71%.
Anything they took out of it.
I might actually just put that one on right now because I have a better one, but I don't want to put it necessarily on the ring. This one. This is 68, so yeah, replace that. It's technically better.
Mailed them like a make good, like, you know, the 4 keys in like a month.
22, we'll keep that.
VIP to everybody.
29.
That month VIP, but how many thousands of people
No.
would be in the game?
No.
That they would make money.
65. No, thank
They
you.
wouldn't abandon. And that's the shit that pisses me off with this game, is that it's their fault for something and they still ban people. And then the rest of the players in the game kind of suffer because now there's less players in the game to play with.
Well, the only thing that is an issue with rolling back is that the only way to roll the characters back is you have to roll back to the latest backup of whenever you say back those characters up. And I know from when I got Greg's account back, so there's a system now that a lot of them use where they have like an active rolling backup to a different server. So what it means is like any time where something goes wrong, right, it's being backed up constantly, so they can just roll it back 30 minutes or an hour. I know Neverwinter doesn't have that system, just because when I got Greg's account back, you know, when all his shit got robbed by Ben, he not only did he lose what was on the trade house, but they also, when they rolled it back, he actually lost a portion of his items as well. Not even just the time they had to roll it back by, but for some reason his items just randomly disappeared that he had.
That's
right, because they rolled it back before he acquired it.
No, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't before he acquired it. No, he had those items for months and months. They only rolled his account back. Well, I don't know how exactly how much. Like for example, the stuff that was on the trade house that got rolled back. That was normal, but he actually lost items that he'd had for a long time. It just randomly vanished. Now I don't know why that happened. I'll be honest, I don't know. What I do know though is that they don't use a system that has like a rolling backup. They do literally set backups. So the only reason I could think that they didn't do the rollback is because maybe it would have rolled the game back too far. Now, in my opinion, with how broken you guys explained that lockbox thing, it probably still would have been worth it to do the rollback, even if it was more than an hour.
Right.
It still probably would have been worth it, because from the thing that I don't get is from what some of you guys are explaining, if everyone had these ridiculous amount of boxes, they could have really broken the market for how much money they could have made from it. But which is why I don't understand why they left some of the players that had a ridiculous amount of boxes on the game. If they were going to ban those players that did it the most, why did they not ban all of them that did it the most? Right. Do you know what I mean? Like, they left some. That's what makes no sense. Yeah. Some of them.
Supposedly it was. Repeat offenders that got banned. Like
it was, yeah.
The Barovia glitch.
Yeah, it was like Greg, for example.
Didn't get banned during the Barovia one. They just got like a temp ban then.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like
I get that.
People that got permabanned were repeat offenders.
Oh, well, they were, because Greg was a repeat offender.
Oh yeah.
He's been banned multiple times on that account. But the thing is, which is fair because he exploits, so a ton on him. I would have got banned. If I was playing that game, I would have done that, and I would have got permabanned off that game. I know I would 100%, because I would have got told about it. I would have gone and done it, and I would have got banned. Like it would have banned me one.
Yeah, me too. If I would have logged on when that happened.
If I was on that game, I would have 100%, because my account's already been banned multiple times. It got banned for buying Astral Diamonds from websites. It got banned for the Barovia one, and then it would have got banned for that, and I would have been permanently banned from the game. I'm surprised I got a temp ban for the Barovia one anyway, because I already had multiple bans on my account from buying Astral Diamonds from websites, because they were pretty stupid back in the day. And so, say you bought Astral Diamonds from websites, right? They would ban you, but they wouldn't take the Astral Diamonds away. So if you just bought a bunch of Astral Diamonds, got banned for it, because I didn't know the way to get it without getting banned then. I didn't know how to do it. So I just bought those people are tracked. The people who sell Astral Diamonds websites, they're tracked. So when I got banned, they just leave you the Astral Diamonds. So I got banned for that, and then I got banned for Barovia. So I would have definitely got banned for that, 100%, that glitch. Yeah, my fate would have been the exact same as Greg. Now, luckily, I don't play the game anymore, so my account, he just uses this account for fucking whatever. But yeah, that's something that would have definitely happened to me. But I just don't get, like, yeah, okay, ban the repeat offenders, that's fair enough, but they explain that the boxes and what the stuff you got out of it could have broke the market, but yet they still decided to leave people on the game with all those stuff. And wasn't Bruce one of the people that literally had like 1,000 boxes and he didn't get banned for it? I'm pretty sure it was Bruce. Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, but if it's going to break the game, why the fuck is someone like him allowed to still be on it with all that stuff, but other people get banned? Like, I get it, it's an exploit,
Right.
okay. Now, but what? So my ultimatum is ban everyone, or ban the guys who did it the most.
It's what?
It's weird. Odd stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I hate the most about this game. You know, like, I don't care that they have those sleazy tactics where, you know, they make money and they change the game. Yeah, some of the changes piss me off. You know, some of the stuff they do pisses me off. But for the most part, I don't care. You know, like, I get it. It's a business. They have to make money, you know, stuff like that. Just pisses me off.
Well, I'm going to call it there for now.
something
So I'll be
their own
back
fault.
after I've made
You know,
food,
like,
and I'll sort